All right. We are ready. Hey, Ash. Oh, let's see. Now I gotta make
Mana
sure that
King.
the sound is going. Yep. Anna King's my roommate. It's actually upstairs in the
Okay,
kitchen
shit.
right now.
Could just like go to the floor downstairs, but nah.
Yeah.
Just giving you the Twitch views.
Uh, if only it was that easy to get from the kitchen to my, Oh no, he's got hats.
Oh, that's okay. We haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Do you have like a barricade set up?
Let's see. Well, I guess here's the moment of truth to see if this will run while streaming, while live streaming. It worked fine when I
Yeah.
streamed it on a test stream, like an unlisted test stream on YouTube. Oh, it's working fine! Hooray!
Yeah,
It's
it works. So, and you're streaming on Discord as well. So yeah, it was definitely the recording then.
oh, that opener too, since it has like the almost like the cutting distortions because it's a record. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, is it lagging? Is it the
Long
sound
since
lagging?
erased from the records of time, their
Even
once
the first year with your
truly
streaming
holy
videos servers
clans
as well.
who served as overseers of history.
Let's see if I
The powers
remember.
that be. The Umbra Witches,
It's like they give you
dwellers of
the
the darkness,
and the
and the
video
Lumen
experts.
sages, controllers of the light. The clans paid each other great respect, and their efforts to maintain the balance between them defended the just passage of time. Yet one
Kick,
day,
punch.
that balance was toppled. The once harmonious clans fell into disagreement and stoked the flames of hatred against each other, resulting in an
Then
era
you
of
use
strife.
Discord.
The conflict between the Umbra and the Lumen
Well,
threw
it's
all
good
of
things. I
Europe
don't
into a
want
chaotic loop of battle,
the
ambush,
configuration is completely
assassination,
different
and
from this.
casualty. It was truly a gruesome war. Despite the tremendous radiance of God shining upon them, the Lumen sages were gradually weakened by the assault of the secretive Dark Witches. Years after the balance was lost, the war had ended in the Umbra Witches' favor.
Haven't missed much, Ash. It just it's the opener, and I was like making sure that this time like the stream doesn't lag or the game doesn't lag.
Yeah, last time we had some technical difficulties.
Hopefully, we're coming out through loud and clear.
Check the Twitch here, actually.
Their victory was short-lived. Fearing the witches' dark abilities, humans began to condemn the remaining Umbra. They launched the witch hunts, rounding up the battle-weary
Hopefully
witches
not.
with little
I might need to like
resistance,
turn it
and
down for my
subjugating those who wished to
headphones just
continue
because
the
it's like
struggle.
ever so
Humans
slightly
faithful to the
louder.
miracles of their god pushed the witch hunts further.
I think my
and
voice
soon
might be slightly
the Umbra
quiet.
witches, keepers of the darkness.
Hang on, I might just need to like
I can,
amp
or I
your.
can get closer to the mic too.
Actually, I'm also gonna headphone.
There, how's this?
Yeah, that's better. So just turn this down. So I can turn the volume down in my headphones as well, just so that it's not like uh don't change the or decrease the volume for the stream. Let's see. Back.
Were extinguished from the earth.
There we go.
All but
Yes, I mean, this game can get kind of loud sometimes.
Let's go! Just stay close to me!
Bill Savage, Buffalo of Blood. So this random cutscene that doesn't really make much sense
Right.
without context.
Right, so this is like one of those things that doesn't get touched, and I think I mentioned this last time, but like humans can sacrifice themselves if they're like zealots to become angels. So like they become like the lowest grade angel, basically. It's the common enemy, just
Oh, but I think I get it now. This is the plane
yeah.
right after the graveyard scene.
And then this is the plane that crashes into you like later in this scene.
It's a blue. Let's see. Yeah, it's like the audio's a little consistent. Hey, Boogie on Up. How you doing?
Hello?
Oh, Boogie on Up in chat. She's a like fitness streamer here on Twitch. I love her like fitness streams. She plays a lot of like groovy music. It usually does like spin and yoga. I also love like the she also DJs as well. I was just talking, it's like, oh yeah, I don't think I've ever like managed to catch your stream.
I'm not worthy of their presence then, because my body is kind of like a garbage disposal, as Alex would put it. I don't think. Oh, you haven't played Glory Hounds.
No. No, I need to start getting into habit of working out more. You just caught like the start of Bayonetta, so this game has like a cult following, especially if you hang out like in LGBTQ spaces.
Oh yes.
Just because it's very flamboyant and it's very like girl power.
I had a friend once describe this game as the straights want to be with Bayonetta, the gays want to be Bayonetta. I'm like, that is the most accurate description of this game.
Even Old Eggman the Destroyer gets scrambled in the end, right? You know,
Now we can tell if the volume's okay. Yeah, like the music is just like bam bam bam.
Yeah, very bombastic.
Hey, bet you can't guess what today is.
Get to watch this cutscene in better graphics. I assume this isn't a compressed video.
Oh, no, this plays in gameplay because you can change her outfit here. And also I think we had like some voiceover cutting off, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Last time.
Actually, that was with the PS3. Yeah. That was also the weirdest part because it's like I've played that and it didn't work. I'm a girly girl and also all things LGBTQ fit with the vibes. Oh yeah.
To put these bastards 6 feet under, where'd society be?
It's okay. I'm a very gay man, but I appreciate the femininity of this game.
Yeah.
I think it's very bold.
I don't know. There is something like that. Like even when I was young, I was really attracted to it. to like just femme stuff. Even if I don't identify as like femme at all, nor am I attracted, but there is something about the aesthetic. Like I think it's the colors and just how flamboyant like women's clothing can be.
This game's artwork, like in character design specifically, like the concept art for the characters is such an aesthetic. It's kind of the same vibe that you get from like the more modern seasons of like JoJo's, where like it's very what's the word, like high couture inspired, like high fashion inspired. It's really pretty.
For this douchebag?
Oh yeah, so they was pointing out. So this has like a Japanese. Even if this game doesn't, like this was like had Japanese audio to it, right? Like, and then it was localized when it was brought to the West. No,
the opposite. So the game, even in the original release of the game, only had English audio because they wanted to give Bayonetta a very like sophisticated accent, I guess. So she has this British accent. Even in the Japanese version of the game, she does not have Japanese audio.
Okay.
In fact, Bayonetta did not have a Japanese voice actress until they made the movie. They made a anime adaptation of this game that was a like a 1 hour and a half long movie. And because they had to release that in Japan, then they finally hired a Japanese voice actress. Although I'm not sure if it's the same one that it later became her official voice in the games for the Japanese dub. I'll have to look into that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's just because like the voice syncing like with the characters doesn't really match up very well. At least not like with Like I think Bayonetta's is fine, but it's everyone else's that doesn't seem to match.
Mm-hmm.
Which
It's
like
possible. It's possible that they had like pre-recordings and then they animated with those like preview voices and then they just got the finalized voice acting, I suppose.
yeah.
Um,
Boogiana asks like who's who you are. This is Venny. He's a game developer. He's works on developing like games. You've released this Legend of Zelda fan game
Yes.
that I played last year. We just chat online. He's like, oh, you have to play this game.
Yeah.
So he
We
wanted.
talk about this game a lot. Well, not just with Chapel, like in general online. I talk about this game very often because I think it's a wonderful, like, wonderfully designed game. It's just so fun. I cannot believe you nailed it. But yes, I am from Spain specifically. Yes.
I swear.
But yeah, I've been talking about this game like for decades now, and I said, "Hey, Chapo, because Chapo mentioned he wanted to play this game eventually." I'm like, "Oh, I want to be there for that," because I had so much fun with when we did he played the Zelda fan game I made, and we had a lot of fun chatting that day. I said, "Hey, would you be down to do that again?" So here we are.
Rodan!
If it ain't my good buddy Vincent, how about you get out of here?
This guy's my jam.
I do like the thumb fire,
Yeah.
the thumb liner.
¿De dónde? Hablo español también.
Do you naughty little
Mis
angels
abuelos
deserve
fueron
to
de España. Oh, we got enough stuff.
See, I'm from Barcelona specifically.
Beautiful.
Though I have lived many years in Madrid as well.
Yeah, I'm from the U.S. My family's from Mexico.
Oh, wait. The Hispanic talk can wait. We're on the best part.
Bayonetta.
God, I love this song. This version of this song was my call tune for my phone for years. I must have it on silence now, but yes, it is still this.
Now, this is cheeky. Throwing me these cheap toys.
Don't worry about quality. I've got quantity.
She's so powerful.
Yeah, it's so weird too, just like using the guns on your feet.
Well, so I mentioned this last time. A lot of people ask how she fires the guns on her feet. She actually uses hairs to pull the triggers. I think this is explained in the art books.
If you're just gonna watch, I'm putting you to the work. That was your last call. No more shots from me, Bayonetta.
I like that too. Like the guns aren't all the same.
I'll keep on dancing.
Well, this is like the. This is before. I think you might have the guns unless you made a new save. Did you make a new game? Okay, yeah. So you have the basic guns. These are before she gets the actual guns. She has like human hand guns, so they're all different. Actually, these guns are I believe the guns on her feet, or I don't know if it's the ones on her feet or on their hands. They're the same guns that Dante uses in Devil May Cry. Just another like neat reference. They're called Ebony and Ivory, I believe.
Yeah, I've never played Dante, any of the Devil May Cry games. I remember having friends in like 5th grade talking about that game, but I never played it.
I only played it after playing Bayonetta, so it came like as a retrospective, I guess. Like I knew of its existence, but I never had a console that could have because I was a Nintendo guy growing up. And they usually would not release in Nintendo consoles, I don't think. Maybe on GameCube.
No,
But I just never had too much interest in that game until I played
I
Bayonetta.
think they were only on PlayStation 2, maybe. Yeah, I think it was only PlayStation 2.
Quit messing around.
We should teach a kickboxing class to this game. With the background. Oh yeah, like this game looks very stylized.
Oh yeah.
You could probably find like a lot of like high quality footage of like the cutscenes or just like combat footage. But yeah, I did not know that you were Hispanic descent. Boogie on up. Right button,
Oh,
lock
I
on
need to
deck.
be excused for 1 second.
Alright.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Halos. The very rare spiritual metal containing the essence of Angel's life force used in business transactions within Inferno. Pew 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 ha. Hey, and the angels. Yeah, I can't judge book. Yeah. Half Spanish, half Dutch. Ooh. Do you have like? Does that mean like you got like any kind of cool like family recipes for just like Dutch or Spanish staples of like food? There's something so neat about the internet, like hanging out with like different people from all around the world and just like hearing them talk about like their experiences and their food. Oh yeah, that's right. You hold the button and then you get to kick or shoot out of whatever you're hitting. Empanadas. Oh, made some empanadas for Christmas. Yeah, that turned out alright for like my first attempt. But I think I need to tweak like I think I need to make the dough a little sweeter. Alright. Rotate. Okay, that's right. So we rotate the stick and push the button.
Ah, yes, this is my favorite move. This is legit like one of my favorite moves from her. If you do it with the kick button, which is B, she does the turret mode with the legs, and it looks hilarious.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah,
Pew
there
pew
we
pew
go.
pew pew.
I love this. This is so silly. It's. Oh god, this game is my jam. So I was gonna oh, nice to meet you too.
Oh yeah,
I
get
was
some
gonna mention-
food.
I was gonna mention this earlier when we were talking about like feminism and the message and stuff from the game. Yesterday we had in Spain we had the finals for the song that Spain is gonna take to Eurovision. I don't know if you know what Eurovision is.
I
We
do.
talked about this. Okay, so it's very Bayonetta core. It's the way to say. So I guess it's slightly a spoiler if you're an enthusiast for Eurovision. I guess spoiler warning for like a minute.
Damn it, who
But it's
did that?
essentially
I
a
just
song
want the damn
talking
thing.
about like how much of a whore the singer is, as in like a very empowered whore in that way. But it's kind of weird coming from the singer
Haven't you figured it
because
out
she's
yet?
like
There's no
a
quarter
fairly
for you.
old woman, very operated woman,
Ah,
and it's a bit uncanny. A lot of singers here in Spain, at least in Spain, who are in like the show business, get like aesthetic surgery, you know,
yeah.
and it always comes out looking fairly uncanny, and it's very weird to see this like 70-year-old woman singing this kind of stuff. It looks kind of out of place.
But like, who actually
Like-
looks like her age?
I mean, she looks her age. She just looks like she had surgery. You know, it's very
Paying
apparent.
me for even touching these toys.
You have any idea how much this is gonna cost to fix? How the fuck do I always get wrapped up in this shit?
Yeah, like I think that's what we really need is just to kind of destigmatize like
Nicely.
older people having
Now,
sex.
About this little
Like,
thing you've been
I don't know why
looking
people act so
into for
weird.
months.
It's like, ew, I don't want to think
have a
about like
quick-
grandma
No, I
having
mean-
sex.
See,
She's not that
this is
old,
why
but
I
like
told you I was going
I think she's
home.
in like
I
her
just got held up in the
60s, I
air by
believe.
some invisible
But
things.
like you know,
And
it's
you
not
wanted
that's
to
not the
tell
problem.
this
But like
briefing?
having
It
sex is fine, but
never
just
stops
singing about
with
how much of a
you.
whore you are is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna do that in front of the whole Europe. And that is also representing a country. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, the message is fine, I just don't know how well it represents a country.
Rush on our special project before the shit hits the
I don't know, like the.
Wait, Rodan.
I'm just thinking that it's modern day romance
Such
with
a
like
popular chap. I bet they hate it down there as much as you do.
you know, when I
because
think
up
of like
here,
Spain,
we just
I
need to make sure he won't
like
come
you know I think of
crawling
like
back when we kick
romance.
him
They
out.
have like the people, you know, standing outside someone's window that's on the second story playing a guitar, talking about.
Well, the second place for the contest
heard
that
the man.
decided the song was
Finish up
essentially
in
the same
5
song,
minutes
except it was a
before
group of,
your
it was like a
walkie
boy band,
talkie
but like a very homoerotic boy band.
What?
So they were very close to winning with just that as well. So the second, so this one the one that won is called Zorra, which is a whore in Spanish. The second one was called the gay version. Basically, was called Caliente, which means hot in Spanish. So you can kind of guess.
Take every cent I earned on this charade to pay for
I guess people
this.
just were horny this year. I don't know.
If I could see them bastards that did this to my car, forget
How like
about it.
Eurovision came up
Enzo,
because
the road.
the streamer I've watched in Monterey for, she was just talking about like a Russian band that she likes, and just kind of like talking about how like, oh, ever since they went to Eurovision a few years back, their like music became like different. It's like less political. I'm like, yeah, I guess that tracks.
It's definitely more about the spectacle nowadays. But hey, that's why I watch it as well. So I don't mind.
When you end up in the afterlife,
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
gonna
especially
be-
like it's gonna be a really awkward year considering all the stuff that's happening.
Yeah,
The toys are nice.
I actually don't know if Israel is, because they have been in past Eurovisions.
Casket at the bottom
So I don't know if
of the
they're showing up this
all
year.
you can
Yeah.
remember is that you're a witch. But now,
Did they-
you're stuck,
did Russia
because
show
you
up
gotta
the year
sacrifice
before?
our Halo-wearing friends every day.
I think Russia got banned last year.
Down to hell. I know, I thought I got screwed. But being forced to slap around the divine for a living.
Oh, oof. I was just checking, and like the first result in Google is like
You
a
wouldn't be my first choice.
like an article.
I see to the funeral.
Israel faces
You get to
Europe's
do the
ultimate threat,
mission I
getting kicked out of Eurovision.
That was our deal.
I mean,
Come on now. Look at my poor car. I'm working for free after this.
I'd rather not get into that because I am not informed for all that talk.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm not either. I just know it's a thing.
I got is good.
it just makes me
It's
sad.
gonna get you
Yeah.
close to finding the other stone in the
Also,
past
so, like-
and figuring out some of that lost
So just trying to
past.
like understand what is going on. So, I mean, she has amnesia essentially and doesn't really know.
Yes.
After
She
two
Go,
so,
sorry.
doesn't fully know who who she is, but like just their relationship right here. So he's found some like information on
Someone's
for
giving you a
her.
present. Too bad.
Yes. So
Damned bugs.
she hires, I don't know if she hires him, but like she and Enzo are friends, and Enzo's like investigating about a stone like the one she has, because all she remembers is like something called the Eyes of the World, which is apparently related to this stone, and that she's a witch, basically.
What the fuck?
Ah, there's the plane.
It's like it's just so weird. She sort of seems to be kind of rather nonchalant with him, just like how shitty she kind of treats him. Granted, he's clearly meant to be a shitty person himself.
He is.
So-
She just toys with him.
Yeah.
She toys with everyone, actually. There's a
But I
character
would
shows up
hope
later
that she'd
called
at least
Lucas.
like take care of him. Like, let's get your heart fixed and shit.
She occasionally, she does care. Like, she's not. One of the reasons I like Bayonetta a lot is like she gives this outward appearance, and like people perceive her as like, oh, she's like this badass who like, you know, the typical femme fatale character. But she's actually an incredibly like loving and caring character. Like, it's very immediately obvious. Like when she starts interacting with other people.
Just I like that she's not like this paragon of like good, even if like she's a witch. Like, I'm a witch, which people would think like, oh, evil devil worship stuff, but she's I feel like you could have like a lesser studio or story writer would be like, oh, we gotta offset that by making her this paragon of good and make her like a goody tooty good shoes. But no,
She's generally consistently she's good. Like she's good aligned, or like she's not evil.
Yeah.
Like she does use devils, but she's not evil herself. She's definitely like more of a protector, in fact. But I think one of the generally in the first two games she's written very consistently. The one that gave a lot of the one that got a lot of flack was the third game, because there were a lot of writing changes there that felt very strange for the character. But I'm not getting to those for now. I mean, she does cause like unparalleled destruction in some of these cities that she fights in. So
yeah, she's like chaotic good.
yeah.
But like, yeah, she's not like this paragon. Like she could be all angelic, but like, oh, my powers come from like devil and stuff. Like, I like that she's not that. Like, ooh, super angel-y good girl. She's got like a nice edge to her.
Yeah, and you have to remember that this is essentially a character that's inheriting Dante's will. Because like Devil May Cry was kind of like on hold at this period at that point in time. Like I think this was after Devil May Cry 4, and Devil May Cry 5 came out like 4 years ago. So like there was a pretty big gap of like almost 8 years for Devil May Cry games, other than the terrible, ugly one that a lot of people love. And I say that sarcastically.
Yeah, but like, isn't Devil like Dante's like DLC like devil related too? Like, the Demon Hunter? Like,
He is Dante's father is a demon. Yeah, I believe.
Is he like a demon hunter? I think.
Yeah, he's a demon. He's like a half demon who also hunts demons. Yeah.
He's essentially what's his name? Like,
I might be wrong, but I think he's technically a Nephilim, which is the son of a demon and an angel. I believe Dante's mother. I don't know if Dante's mother was an angel or a human. I haven't played those games that into detail, but
her little hair red thing is like clipping through her really weirdly. Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's like physics based, so sometimes it clips into it.
It's like clipping through her back and then like through her boob.
I think it's because it always has like wind affecting it, even in scenes where it shouldn't have any. Because like here, for example, there shouldn't be wind blowing.
Who can tell the difference?
It's like reacting to the air shifting around them from other movements.
Fight
Yeah.
long enough in there and you'll really lose
This scene is
sight.
great as well.
Why the sudden interest in metaphysics?
It's a balance, right? Even if some of them like messing around with the humans, we've all got a stake in the status quo.
Hello,
Hi.
guys.
Keep fucking around
You're-
like this,
you're live on
the Book
TV.
of Revelations is
Just so
gonna
you know.
look like Mother Goose. Heaven
I think I need to crank your volume up too. You're a little quiet.
Throats.
Okay, random vibration.
Heaven and
this mic.
hell can tear each other to pieces for all I
Yeah.
care.
Try
I've
not
got
to be
my
too
own
loud. My
problems
roommate's
to
still
worry.
sleeping.
Yeah, that paused it. There you go. Crank your volume up.
About.
Something's up. Everything was a bit too brazen, and Enzo's tip makes the timing too perfect. This reeks of a setup.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
And
so they're talking about how like the balance doesn't feel quite right. Like there suddenly is a tape about another piece of the eyes of the world,
I got a little
which is like
present
this
for you.
MacGuffin that she's trying to find.
These babies are special.
God damn, this guy's hot though. I take it
It's
he's
not my
a
type, but
he's a demon.
Dude from an alloy. the
Yeah,
devil
oh, he-
himself would kill
well-
to get his hands on.
I mean, aesthetically he's hot, but I feel like I feel like if I hung out around him too long, I dislike him.
okay, I'll explain after this scene because I love this scene. And that's
Calling
Scarborough
me
Fair.
out.
The guns.
I don't go in for strange offers. Then again, I'm getting a little tired of these weaklings they keep throwing at me. Maybe I should aim for something a bit more high class.
Pounding them down tonight, baby.
That
Not to butt into your affairs, but I'm pretty sure you got somewhere better to be.
like
The
that
guys
tiny
who
Hold the
tiny.
guns.
aren't the type to wait
Yeah.
for you to finish a round. Enzo, her drinks are going on your tab, buddy.
I so we keep I like my dark
You
profile.
deadbeat motherfucker.
Oh yes, speak to me about Rodon. Hi, Orgasus.
Okay, so Rodan, I'm gonna tell you because like you can, it's like a bonus fight that it requires a lot of like farming. You have to beat the game in like the highest difficulty. So I don't think you're gonna get there anytime soon. But you can get to fight Rodan, and he is a demon, but in this game he's not a demon. It's let's just say he presents himself in a different way. Oh yeah, this is the minigame.
I say, do I have a time limit? No, I don't. I can just
No.
take my time.
The small heads are not worth shooting. It's either shoot the angels in the head, or the big heads that float in the background usually.
Yeah. Gasus is also a fan of Rodin.
Oh, I see. Oh, people are thirsty for Rodin. I mean, I can understand. I understand. He does have the low voice, the intimidating aura.
I mean, yeah, that's
But
fine.
I am more of a Gomorrah enjoyer.
Yeah, so I've only all I know about the third one is like I saw someone play the opener. So there's like the
That-
giant like tsunami fight.
Yeah, that might have been me.
Was it? Yeah, it might have.
I asked around, and some whale in Europe.
Like I feel
Oh,
like
you
I've
know,
watched it on stream as well.
No, I didn't stream 3.
I might have watched someone else like on Twitch like play it. And so I just remember that being like, oh, Bayonetta gets killed, but that's okay. It's an alt reality Bayonetta.
For hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Vanishes. And then the black market goes white hot for the thing.
The point at the moment you go into multiverse stories, it's like, oh, or you've removed the stakes.
Yeah.
You try to raise the stakes by having more than one universe in danger, but then what you've done is just remove the stake from the entire franchise.
Oh,
Basically.
that main can run that voice along my side. Oh yeah, he does have that type of
Of course,
voice.
when you do, don't forget your old buddy Enzo stuck his neck out on this one. Slide me a few fuzzoles out of the rich guy's pocket for my trouble. Right?
He's like, again, it's like I feel like if I got to know him, I'd probably like dislike him, but it's like, oh yeah,
To the middle of nowhere.
oh yeah, I'd hit him at least once. I'd hit that. He's a businessman. Yeah, I think that's the problem with with them. It's like, oh, he's a businessman. It's like, ooh, he's gonna put business first and pleasure later.
I think every time you visit the shop, he has like different lines, and I think he actually says that in one of them. It's like, are you here for business or pleasure?
Pose.
I do find that title card a bit weird because they start with like the bombastic song, like, oh, here she is, and then immediately cut it off.
Yeah, you would think that the title would have been in that first opener with all those fighting all those angels. Like right after her transformation, she wrote a post like "Hiya!" and then Bayonetta.
Yeah. That one works so much better as an opener than this one.
Yeah, I don't know why they put the credits there or the title. He can tell me not. And now Smokeum's all he wants. Smokeum's
He is collecting halos, so...
This is supposed to be paradise?
I do feel like younger me would have definitely like played this game over and over just to hang out with Road. I was like one of those like I will play a game over and over again because it has a character I find very attractive.
Well, it is a very, very, like, hidden reward in the third game. But I'll just say, in the third game, one of the main mechanics is that you can summon demons to... that you can summon and control demons to fight alongside you. Like, you always summon demons in these games, but they're more like finishers. But in the third game, they made them, like, controllable. And Rodan is a demon, so...
I think I want this inverted. Yes. Actually, I think I might turn the music down a little. It's It's like Final Fantasy X and Kimahri. It's like, even though he doesn't fucking talk like till like halfway through the game.
That is always something that bothered me from games where like, oh, you have so many games have like these cool character designs with like the monster designs or like the furry races that show up in the game are always like really cool looking, and then they're always like not even secondary. They're like tertiary characters that barely have any dialogue. Or
Yeah, they're. You know,
voice potential.
I thought about one of my early ideas of like making a video was actually talking about like issues with like anthro characters in Final Fantasy games, because they're always 100% superfluous. Like you could cut them out and nothing would change.
You could make them human and nothing would change most of the time.
Yeah, that too. Like Kimahri especially, like Kimahri was just like, oh yeah, I took Yuna away and brought her to like where she starts off in the island at the start of the game, and it's like, and like she little Yuna asked me to stay, and so I stayed, and I've been here this entire time. It's like, really, you had nothing better to do? Just take care of this little girl.
Like, I don't know about the other Final Fantasy games because the only one I've played is 14, but at least in that one, like the furry race is like it's completely superficial. Like none of the fact that they're beasts does not matter in the plot at all here. They could just as well be human. So like at that point, why did you even make the effort?
Come on.
I mean, granted, in that one is more so like they wanted to add options for different like races for the player character, so you might as well add NPCs to that. So that's a bit different because it's an MMO.
Yeah.
But in a game, if you're developing like a story game and you add a race that has like a beast features, like kind of make that relevant in some way. Otherwise, why don't just have humans? Kind of the same pet peeve I have with like races like elves and like gnomes and stuff like that. It's like it's just tiny human with pointy ears. Like I don't know. More creativity, please.
Yeah, and it's like I'm thinking Final Fantasy VII has Red 13. It's more specific to like anthro companions. You got Red 13 who does nothing. Like you can also cut him out. 8 doesn't have one, and neither does 9. 10 has Kimahri. You could also cut him out. Is it 11 or 12? 12? I think it's 12. I always get those two mixed up. 11 was the first online Final Fantasy. So I looked at this already. Sure.
Yeah, you read this one the other day,
but like, there's a bunny girl. They're in the Final Fantasy 14, the bunny races.
yeah, the Vieras.
The Vieras, there we go. She's completely superfluous too. Like if anything, I think a lot of times they kind of hinder the characters just having them around. Cause like her, like you're walking like when you kind of at least know a deal, like what her deal is. Like you're walking through a forest that won't let you through, and it's because you have her with you.
Oh.
And then she has to like.
She shows up in 14 as well. I think she's even the same character. I think she's the bunny from 12.
Yeah, and she has. And it seems to be implied that she and like one of the human characters that she shows up with are like a thing, but it's not really like established that they're romantically like together. It's weird. It's really weird. It's almost like it's like, yeah, they're together, but we also don't want them. I don't know. It's like we don't want to commit them to each other. So, you know, the fangirls can have the guy, and the fanboys can have the hot bunny girl. Like
we have left the hot bunny girl for the streets.
Yeah. So it was really weird. But yeah, she's just kind of there, like literally just because that guy is there. And that guy, That story is a mess. Like, the protagonist has no reason to be in the game at all. Like, the character you control, like, has no purpose whatsoever. Like, the bunny girl's friend, like, what's it, Balthasar or something, should have been, like, the protagonist. Like, but no, it's weird because it's like I think it's the issues I have with Final Fantasy games now, is that they all have to appeal to, like, teenagers. Or to, like, a wide audience, so they make, like, the protagonist characters teenagers, even if it doesn't make sense for them to be teenagers.
I appreciate that they're leaning more, in 14 at least, they're leaning the main character. I mean, you can technically customize them, but like the default one that shows up in the trailers and such, that's supposed to be like your self-insert. They're leaning more into this like ragged man kind of look.
Ooh.
I think he looks like he's like in his late 20s at this point.
Yeah, the new Final Fantasy 16.
Oh well, that guy too. As well. No, I meant the one in 14 because they keep changing him in every expansion. He looks slightly different because it's like an ongoing story. I hate his design now. Oh god, the one for the upcoming expansion. His hair is literally the same as Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan from like the later seasons when he's an adult. I was like, oh no, I can't unsee it now. I don't like that man bun.
Alright, so what do we got? Wicked Weave. Wicked Weave technique. Use your hair as a conduit to summon forth demonic entities. Collect these. Okay. Connect these techniques to punches and kicks. Okay. I was seeing that in the opener.
Yeah, so that one is, it's a bit, they explain it to you, but it's a bit weird because it's not an active mechanic that you have to think about. It's simply that when you end that combo, it will always summon like a giant fist or a giant kick. In the last hit of a combo, because you're playing with automatic mode, I believe. But if you do the combos manually, there's like a specific sequence that you have to do. So the final phase of the sequence will summon the giant fist.
Lumen Sage and Umbrum Witch, when their powers meet in a test of strength, the lightning release will be your test. If you wish to walk upon water, prove your mantle by dodging the lightning in a single hair's breadth. Oh, so am I gonna have to is this like skipping across the water, dodging?
Yeah.
Oh. I can just go underwater.
Yeah, so if you want to walk on water, that's what they're saying. If you want to get across, you'll have to walk on water. So you have to do a test on the stones, on the statues, sorry.
How do I have to activate it? Left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat too, like her power. Ow.
So you can either time it out or you can activate it manually and then dodge the lightning strike. And that will trigger your witch time. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's also neat, like while her power is active, her hair is like not covering her body.
Whenever she summons stuff with the Wicked Weaves as well, because she's using the hair to summon the fists and stuff, or when she's summoning demons, because her outfit is made of her hair, and then it has to focus on the summoning, and that's why she gets half naked.
She still maintains her decency.
Yeah, it is the dumbest explanation, but hey,
it's an explanation.
It is.
Noble Cooper, the wicked hair. Okay, the sphere, okay, seems to be calling out magical power.
Ah yes, it's the same as the door from earlier. They give you a lot of tutorials at the beginning, but a lot of it is just like short for just hit
hit the thing.
Yeah. It's not that complicated.
I wonder what did they just see or feel, these people?
So they probably saw the hatch for this elevator open, but I don't think they can see the magic elevator platform.
How like, huh? Well, that's weird. Baked gecko.
This is for the crafting system where you
It's
can make
useless
like
by
potions. Yeah, there's 3 ingredients you have to combine together to make lollipops that heal you. Ah, here you go. This conversation's fun.
I knew it. This town's teeming with heaven's little helpers. It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
And your point is?
Some places in this world are closer to Paradiso or Inferno. The rat hole of the town you and I live in is close to both. But the Vigridians, they got a special air about them. They're closer to Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out. I guess I'm gonna have to set up shop here and score me some halos. These stupid rings are worth a fortune back home.
Just thinking that they're like bounties. It's like, oh, you killed an angel, hooray!
Any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
Another one looking to line his pockets. I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Real cute. But let's get one thing straight. Your fights.
Chat is voice for Rodan.
Yes, sir. Ooh woo.
So don't get any bright ideas about coming to me for help.
Oh god, I can't even jokingly picture Enzo and Radon like having like casual guys' night out circle jerk.
Not bad though.
If you get in my way, I will... How do the Americans put it? Oh yes. Bust a cow in your ass.
Right on.
I love the line.
Oh my god, she should have just held the gun sideways too when she did that. That would have been perfect. Bruh. I usually like, see, I can usually like, oh yeah, like even if they're not my thing, like, or even if there is like very little queering like between some characters, like, ah yeah, like I could totally see these 2 characters, like I think it'd be fun seeing these 2 characters like like, you know, casual nice guys night out, like hanging out and fucking circle jerk. Like them 2, I don't think I could ever see that. Even if I
mean, Bayonetta and Rodin definitely do. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah,
But
definitely.
But with Enzo, no, not so much.
No, Enzo's just so gross.
Yeah. He
like
he
not
gets better in the second game.
I guess, but like I can't. Even then, I can't see him as like, you know. There's some problematic characters that you could be like, ooh woo, like this guy is so gross and problematic, but ooh woo, he turns me on. But
Yeah.
like
So-
even him, I can't see it.
And just a little bit weird because like his character design is kind of supposed to give you that vibe of like, oh, this is like a gross character, but he's actually like kind of loving as well. Like
Yeah.
he absolutely loves his family. In the third game, they actually make you feel bad for him even, so it's surprising.
Sleaze, yeah, he gets like sleaze vibes, but yeah, like even like when in the opener where he's being kind of an asshole, he does mention it's like, oh yeah, it's my birthday, my kids are making me a cake, so
Yeah.
like it could come off as sort of like haha, because yeah, they're my kids, you know. Gotta respect your father, but yeah, no, that does come off like, oh yeah, well, you know, if your kids are willing to make a cake for you, then like that does show that they love you.
His license plate, the license plate on his like Lamborghini or whatever is Ed and Edna, which is the name of his kids.
Oh.
And that's his plate number, which is why it's so it's funny, but it's also kind of cute. It's like he genuinely does love his family, and you see that throughout the games.
So let's see, rail guide for the only mode transportation in and out. Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of a theme. It's a very like subtext kind of theme in these games, but they're all about family actually. The trilogy of games is very much about family. Oh, if you jump to the balcony that you can see from here, 180 degrees, there's a heart there. It's like a heart degree, and that balcony, yeah. I'm gonna point those out because like having more health in this game helps a lot. Yeah.
Unicorn horn. Oh. However, seal shut. Maybe do some alarm system. The building must be ancient ruins that were remodeled into a station. So I think a lot of like old world, some stations are like old buildings that have been repurposed. I make them. That's why they're like usually interesting architectures.
Oh. Oh, I think because I think they replaced, because you're playing in easy mode, so you have more health from the get-go, so they may have replaced upgrades, because that is usually a hard upgrade. Interesting.
So this is the store?
Yes.
See, like, normally I feel like,
For business.
like,
Oh,
do
there
they
you go,
have to
the first
make...
time.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll hook you up.
I bet you
First
will. It's like, I feel like most games would be so annoying. It's like, oh, they have to make her walk like that, but it's like, no, that fits her.
Yeah.
I said, this symbol grease is only the hottest of the hot items in my shop. If you're not sure what to go after, look for the face you can trust. Hot. That is a cute icon, though.
You can actually do that strut that she does when she's walking into the store. You can do that in gameplay if you hold the targeting button, which is like the right trigger, not the right trigger, the right button, like the bumper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the targeting button. If you hold that, she moves like she's walking like that.
Time whistle and trigger, extend magic.
Oh, so here the accessory tab is very expensive. You may want to go just for like the item, like the part upgrades here from items, assuming they're available.
Hot. Hot. Red hot
No.
shot. What is this? Medicine. Oh, is this like a revive?
Yes. It seems like the hearts are also purchased already because they're not available here. Interesting.
Nice.
Oh, air dodge. That's 100% you want to get that. Yeah, the very first one. I don't know why this is... They made this like unlocked by default in the second game onwards, because... It's like, why would you not be able to dodge in the air?
What is that icon?
Oh, if you try it, you'll see why. You can try the skills before you buy
Yeah,
them.
that's neat. You can try them. Press B while holding right trigger.
And that's why.
It's literally a teleport and then I fall on them looking very sexy.
Yeah. Breakdance is very fun as well, once you have points for that.
What are these? Oh, treasures.
I think treasures are probably gonna be empty until you beat the game, so...
Oh.
The camera shutter, it kills me every time.
Yeah. Okay, definitely getting that. Oh no,
I think
I
I
don't have
yet, yeah.
Boo. Air dodge is air dodge.
Air dog.
Dog. Poses doggy style midair.
Air popper.
Items. What are the crystals that are on my bar?
That's your magic bar essentially. You use it mostly for like the torture attacks, the finishers. You can also use them with certain techniques that you can buy later that just instantly summon the wicked weaves, which are like the giant punches.
Let's see what this says. The witch or the crystal witch and sage. Within Beryl?
Big
Bear
Grid.
Grid. Big Grid?
Yeah.
Big Grid City, there are a great many structures built long ago by the two clans, the Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages. Among them all, every time I'm gonna see Umbra, all I'm gonna think is like Umbreon.
Oh.
The Umbreon Witches.
Yeah, well, it's the same word. It's the same. It's the
Yeah.
Latin word for shadow.
Yeah, but that's all I'm gonna. Every time I see that word, I can't help but think of like an Umbreon.
I always call them Umbreon, so it's also. I guess depends on the. So, because in Spain we got the English Pokemon names. Spain is like one of the few
Umbreon.
countries that did not translate the names. So a few of them were like, oh, this is an English word, but we pronounce it with like Spanish accent. Which is like most people in Spain don't speak great English, so it can come out. It can come out slightly slanted. Yeah.
Umbra or Umbra or Umbra.
Yeah. I think usually people said Umbreon.
Umbreon.
So it's yeah.
Let's see. Among them, all have a sun and a moon duality, evidence of a particular outlook towards the universe. The witches representing the moon and the sages representing the sun. Burned into the fabric of the city in various ways. One of these structures, a pair of statues crafted by a high-quality crystal known as the Beltestan Crystallios, featured both a witch and a sage. The statues appear to hold some sort of special significance. According to the ancient records, they were crafted to aid in the training of the art of the overseeing time, a skill only the two clans were capable of practicing, that also serve as the key to locking something away from the public view should the clans feel the need for secrecy. However, the exact details of this art are unknown. Now the city, scarred by the tragic witch hunts of the past, has seen many of the statues depicting witches destroyed or heavily defaced. Even these beautiful crystal statues were unable to escape at the calamitous fight. So I take it this is probably a reference. Oh yeah, the picture right there, the statues that we just
the one you
passed.
just used.
I can flip through both of these from here. Oh, and there's like a little inferno demon things. Oh, these are demons I summon. I thought it was like the enemies.
No, so this is Madame Butterfly. Well, actually, you can read this after you read it.
Madame Butterfly, a demon taking the form of a woman who left this world under unfortunate circumstances, only to be reincarnated in hell. Unlike her beautiful swallow-tailed butterfly-like appearance, this demon is particularly brutal, and her reputation is well known among the denizens of Inferno. If a conjurer were to sign a contract and trade her soul, the demon would impart upon her enormous power and great wisdom. So is that like
Right.
the jumping ability, or it's just the...
Those are the fists and
Okay.
feet that you summon. So Madame Butterfly is Bayonetta's contract demon. So essentially, I don't remember if it's spelled in some of these books. I can't quite remember, but basically every witch has like a specific demon that they have a contract with that gives them their main powers.
A
They
patron,
can
like
summon-
like warlocks in D&D.
Yeah. They can summon other demons, but they have like the partner one. It's kind of like Digimon. They have your partner. You have your partner, right? So Madame Butterfly is Bayonetta's. Which is... So the idea is that when a witch dies, their partner demon gets to eat their soul. So it's like it's a contract. Like you make a contract. When you die, the demon gets the soul. It's kind of the idea.
That makes sense.
Which makes the premise of the second game kind of weird, because the whole premise of the second game is that you have to save someone from a demon, but it's not their demon. It's a bit strange.
But from like their sort of contract then.
I was gonna explain, but I realized mid-sentence that it was a spoiler, so...
I would need to hook up a Wii for that. Or a Wii,
Yeah.
actually,
Do you not
Switch.
have... Yeah, do you not have a Switch?
Oh yeah, we got one.
Okay.
Yeah, because they re-released those. I'm thinking of the Wii U. It's like, oh yeah, that was on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo exclusive and funded.
That's so weird. I think that is very odd for Nintendo to like fund this type of game. That's so very.
So I think they kind of saw this game the same way I see it. Like this game, mechanically, it's absolutely fantastic. Like unless you might not like appreciate it if you're not a huge fan of the genre, but like the intricacies of the game design for Bayonetta 1 are so like finely tuned. Like the combat is so fluid. It's just really well designed in general. They have some they had some blemishes, and with the second game they polished a lot of that out. Probably because like with input from Nintendo. I think it was a really good match, and I am actually. This is not. I'm not trying to like boast or anything, but I am when they were doing like the Smash Fighter ballad for Smash 4, I voted for Bayonetta. It was the only vote I put in because I know people voted multiple times, but I really wanted her in. This was before. Was this before Bayo 2 was announced? I think it was after Bayo 2. But I voted for her, yeah, because she came with the Bayo 2 outfit. And I'm like, this might never happen, but I think she would be a great fit. Because I think she mechanically embodies like Nintendo's ideals very well. Like being an adult franchise, yeah, it's a bit strange with how family friendly Nintendo is.
Yeah.
But in terms of design, this game is very Nintendo-esque.
Yeah, it's just like how provocative like this game is. I'm really surprised. So it makes me wonder if they were trying to like diversify.
I'm pretty sure it was that. Like, they wanted an adult series to capitalize on.
Especially like bring the Wii U, the poor Wii U.
It sorely needed. Because man, I think this is the only like adult franchise. I guess Metroid is not adult, but it's like the most mature franchise that Nintendo has. Zelda can be at times, but they also can be very like kiddie, so I don't think it's the best fit.
Yeah, like Metroid is like I would describe it like a teen, almost.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Ah. God, it's the baby face that gets me. I can deal with everything else, but it's that creepy baby face.
What do you mean? It's just a statue. It's just a friendly statue. Oh yeah, the angel weapons are busted. Also, here's my favorite character from the franchise.
Oh, the hair dragon.
Yeah, and I will not elaborate further. Okay, I will elaborate. I'm not into Vor. But Gomorrah is Gomorrah.
Like her de-sealing power. Picked up a disc.
I think Considering you're playing in easy mode, I think you should try without the automatic mode, because you're doing fairly well anyway.
Am I? Let's see.
Yeah.
The Golden LP featuring the crystallized voices of angels. Some sort of silhouette is drawn on the surface. A trumpet.
I think the problem with the automatic mode is that she does certain attacks that, like, she jumps automatically as well, stuff like that.
What do I do with
It's
this?
kind of weird. It's an angel weapon, you can pick it up. You have the trumpet, but if you pick another one, it will, like, swap it out.
Oh, it shrank. I'm like, am I actually gonna carry this
Yeah.
huge thing? So how do I do that? Just accessories?
Yeah, so you remove the accessory. That accessory has, like its own unique slot. You can only put that there. Yeah, because it's for the easy mode. It's actually probably not the best place to try it out because you have the weapon, and the weapon like overrides your combos until it breaks. But you'll see.
Oh. Oh, is that how I recoup my magic? I gotta find those butterfly pickups.
Yeah, that's like one of the ways you can. Because I think in easy mode you also don't lose magic when you get hit, which is actually something they changed in normal mode and up. If you get hit, you lose magic orbs as well, which is kind of punishing. That they changed that in the second game onwards, because you need magic a lot more in the second game.
Just one hit. Bonk.
What are you doing? Let's go.
Flashback.
Oh, this was like possibly the worst possible place to change the automatic mode, because like you actually cannot even hit this thing. The only thing you can do is shoot at it.
Well. God damn though, these monster designs are really good.
I just love the character design in this franchise in general, both the monsters and like the angels and the demons.
Like, I love how creepy they are. Also, they had guns back then. Well, they had pistols, which is weird. Like, they should have had, like, little musket pistols, like, pew, pew, poof. Actually, more like, poof, poof, poof.
So those are roughly 500 years in the past, so they had guns already.
Yeah, but they would have, like, Smith and Western guns. Like, those automatic guns like that. See, the Witch's Brew. I discovered the existence of something called alchemy. It is the deconstruction, combination, and reconstitution of everything. Metal, flesh, and even spirit. If one understands the logic of the age, alchemy is a prime example of the era in which it was developed. Although lesser known is... That's annoying. I think it does it with the...
Yes, yeah, stick.
Yeah, it does it with the stick as well. That's... But I also need the stick to move it down.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Let's see. Alchemy is the prime example of an era in which it was developed, although lesser known is the fact that alchemy is an offshoot of the witch's secret called the concoction. Concoction was only practiced by the Umbreon witch clan, and the metals, the materials, the amounts, and methods used were never shared outside of the clan's inner circle. However, in the chaos of the witch hunts, some details were said to have slipped out, including knowledge of the primary mixing compounds: bait, gecko, unicorn horn, and mandragora,
Mandragora.
mandragora.
It's like a mythical plant creature that screams when you pull it out of the.
Oh.
It wasn't like the Harry Potter movies, I think, in the second movie.
Yeah, and like Harry Potter, I remember.
Yeah.
Also hidden was their root in controlling defense, offense, and vitality. It has been discovered that correctly combining these items may result in the combination of useful compounds. These materials obviously no longer exist, and even if they still exist outside of being a member of the Witch Clan, one would have to take out a contract with a dweller of the Netherworld to obtain these rare items. In case of emergency, the witches place these materials within Purgatorio, a realm caught in between the Trinity of Realities, in which the items are said to still remain. So that's why you're finding these random items.
Yep.
When creating the concoction, the correct procedures, amounts, combinations are absolutely essential, and the art is not for the inexperienced.
So the reason I know of the Mandragora root specifically is because there's a bit of a sneak peek, I suppose. But the Mandragoras are one of the enemies in my current project, the one I have like in the back burner, because I'm working on an actual like commercial project outside of work. But in that personal project, Mandragoras are one of the enemies in the project, and it's the only one so far that has been like modeled and is implemented in the game. So it's the only enemy I have right now.
Okay, so I see. Then I need like 10 of the green ones, 10 of the yellow ones, and 10 of the red ones.
So yeah, so everyone for a lollipop you need 10 of each at least, and then you can like combine certain amount. Like every orb, not orb. Sorry, what's the in the recipe sheet? Like every stamp, I suppose, is 5 of each.
Yeah. It's just like the little icon of the witch right there. It's just a little witch icon, like traditional witch.
Oh, I've never seen that before. Is it me, or is it not only a traditional witch? It also has like a cat face. That looks like a cat nose.
Oh, I think that's her mouth.
Oh, it's a smile.
She has
Jesus Christ,
it's
wow.
a smile, and she's got like a little dimple or like a beauty mark on her
Yeah.
cheek.
Oh my! I'm so conditioned to like see furry faces now that I just see. That looks like a cat's triangle nose to me.
I see. Yeah, she's got a little moon like one.
Because the Umbra witches are actually associated with cats as well, so it wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
So yeah, there we go. It'll tell. Okay, so it does tell me if I'm like, oh hey, you're about to make this. So it's like, ooh, what's that big thing? Oh, so I can't actually make that thing because I'm not skilled enough. Oh no, that's
Yeah.
because I
no,
only
you don't have enough materials. Yeah. You're gonna get a bunch of them in a bit.
That's weird. I can't just press exit, or I can't press back to exit. I have to actually click exit. Actually, how much?
If you attack, I believe you should be able to see how much money you have.
Oh yeah,
80. Oh, you can buy the.
the breakdancing.
Yeah.
Well, well. An angelic hymn's
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is important.
got
You got a
hands
disc
on
earlier.
Something awfully rare, haven't you? That thing is the perfect bait to coax out some of hell's uglies. One note hits their ears, and a damn who's who of Inferno comes pouring out of the inner circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you what, you give me that record and I'll order up something so fiendish, angels will cry at the sight of it. I'll just have to pop down to the tropics for a bit. So take a load off.
Oh, that was so cool.
So whenever you find a like a gold record, you bring it to the store and he gives you weapons.
All done. He's a little rude, but he makes up for it with charm. Be nice to him, okay?
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah, I love those shotguns.
Do I have to buy them though, or do I just have
So
them? Oh yeah, I do have. Oh,
You
those are
can
all-
buy, yeah, you can buy another pair, and that's so you can equip them in your hands and in your feet. So you have a pair now, and he sells you the other for any
First,
for any weapon that
first
can
set
go
is
both.
free.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Yeah. So you actually had two sets of weapons, two like active weapon sets.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have like what you call it?
A and B sets.
Yeah.
And then it depends. You can
A
equip them
loadout.
on your hands. Yeah. On your hands or on your feet, and with the left trigger you switch the weapon set.
Ah.
Right. So just shooting enemies with like the X button. You're playing with the Xbox controller, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if you just hold X, she's just gonna shoot with her guns, like the regular ones, no matter which weapon you have equipped. That it's like a really weak move. It's just to keep your combo running whenever you can't hit the enemy. Yeah.
Right.
Those are some reflexes.
Yeah,
Did you do that or did that automatically?
No, I just happen to be holding up, and it's like, oh, okay.
Okay. But yeah, like the just the rapid fire is purely to keep your combo going. Oh, go backwards here. Just run back, run back. Because if he knocks you off the platform, you just die. There you go. Yeah, so if you remember in the tutorial, they told you like, oh, you can extend your combo by holding the attack button, and she keeps like the pose of the attack.
Yep.
But while firing the gun. Those shots are like really powerful actually. So they're really good for damage. Go more on my demand. Also, the button mashing that you have to do sometimes in this game is absolutely fucking insane. Like,
Yeah.
I used to be able to do it like when I played this game, but the first time I played this game I was like 20. I'm 32 now. Like I can't do that anymore. I can't mash as much. My fingers are not that agile anymore.
Oh, I missed the fight for an encounter.
Yeah. That one's fine because that's just like an extra fight. So this was like one common like complaint about the game, and they do have a lot of secret fights and like secret challenges that you can do. and they count for your score at the end of the chapter. Missing them counts like doing like the worst rank, so they will often like lower your score a lot. But I think only the ones that are like actual challenges. There's like challenge rooms that give you like upgrades when you beat them, like heart upgrades and stuff. Those are worth doing purely for the upgrade as well.
Dog wants out.
The poor creature.
That is cute, that little... She's got like little paws too. Does she have like a travel form that she turns into like a panther?
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to say it earlier because I didn't know if you knew about it, but that's why I'm not surprised about like the Anthro Cat Witch, because she literally turns into a cat as well.
Oh, the shotguns are on my feet.
Are they?
Oh, no, they're not. Those are the older guns.
Mm-hmm. The red ones are the original guns, yeah.
Oh, I thought the angels were driving a motorcycle. I'm like, what?
Fancy bumping into you here. Out to find some answers about your past, are we?
You've quite the familiar face, and using the same powers. But you'll have to forgive me. Do we know each other?
Same powers? Don't make me laugh. Your little dip in that lake has left you a bit rusty.
I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task.
Angel
You've
Slayer.
already disappointed me.
Yeah, that's her bike. And I believe one of her weapons.
This is a moment I've long desired. But you've forgotten your destiny and wasted the past 20 years.
You're right. I do seem to be having trouble remembering things of late. Would you be so kind as to take it from the top?
2 overseers, the eyes of the world. They are the power behind everything.
John, as heir to the clan, the time has come for you to prove your right to fight under the Umbran name. You may select opponents of your choice.
Then allow me to face the outcast.
None. Helen Kiadagat. The child is of impure blood. Challenging her would be a violation of our tenets of faith.
It would not be the first time we've faced each other.
Jared?
Will you face me in this hallowed arena?
Well, if I must. But I pray you've got a little something for me in return. You know, I'm very fond of stuffed animals.
Right. That detail is actually very consistent. She likes stuffed animals. It's almost entirely the plot of the spin-off game.
Oh. Pass fight. Oh, when the moon shines bright on the sky face, press the witch walk.
You can just jump on walls, just basically what it's saying. Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's neat. That was...
You do ridiculous amounts of damage. I think it might be the easy mode, because this fight is fairly challenging.
I was gonna say, that seemed pretty easy.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd she go?
I feel like the difference between easy and normal mode in this game might be way too big. Because you start with like half of your health bar of upgrades. You seem to be doing like ridiculous amounts more damage, like almost twice as much. It's like a bit too skewed. But then like normal mode is relatively hard the first time around because you have very low health and enemies do a lot of damage as well. Also, this game does something that I kind of hate, that out of every cutscene where they present an enemy, they're usually attacking you in the cutscene, which means you're gonna have to dodge immediately when the cutscene ends. So be aware of that, because it's a very common thing.
Yeah, I think I've seen people like... It's one of those games where it's like, oh, there's a cutscene, you can't put the controller down. Like that.
So, yeah, that would have hit you. What I'm really curious now is that if you change the difficulty to normal, do you keep the upgrades? That's my biggest question. Because they got removed from the stages. Or they got changed. But actually, there's a if you break some of these statues, one of them has a heart upgrade as well.
Let's see.
I believe it's the first one on the far side. So it might be a bullet now. I think it's this one. Or is this money?
It's just halos. This is neat. It's just walking on walls. Although, something I'm already gonna... I feel like is gonna annoy me about this plot is it... Is it gonna be like one of those plots where like, well, if she actually like... If that... That's a Jean?
John, yeah.
John.
Like John Dark.
If John Dark like actually took the time to explain what the hell is going on to Bayonetta, like they could have just saved so much time.
She's fairly consistent as a character. You'll understand.
But you know, she bitches about like, oh, you've wasted the past 20 years. Well, like maybe if you've like come 20 years earlier and told me what the hell is going on. Hey, Jake. You're thinking about replaying it? It's my first time playing it.
I have played this game 20 times. I think I've beat this game like 20 times already. I bought this game in 4 different consoles already.
Just
Because I got it on the, I got a refurbished one on the Xbox when like that was the first time I got it. Because I played it at a friend's house, I loved it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it for myself. So I got like a refurbished one. Then it came to the Wii U with Bayo 2, and then I bought it again. Then it came to PC and I bought it again, and then it came to the Switch and I bought it again.
I got it. He wants to play like the 360 version. It's like I have the PlayStation 3 version and the
No,
and
not that one.
Venny got me this this copy of the PC version.
Oh yeah, I guess it technically counts as a fifth time. So I bought this game 5 times already. I forgot about yours.
Let's see. Unknown metal wall. Within old big grid, many ancient stone statues have been preserved, being developed further as they are repaired, leading the town a particular sense of the historic. Modern architecture has also taken hold in the grid, starting with the central station. However, it is all to give form to the sacred institutions of the ancient sages. The architecture gives us a glimpse into the people's deep sense of respect for their past. This town of old and new still keeps within its bounds several strange things that modern man struggles to make heads or tails off. For instance, the deep green barriers made of as of an yet unknown metal seem to block certain alleyways. Their shape, comprised of many complex bricks, impedes one from proceeding down the ancient paths of the city, as though they are a rejected visitor. Even though these seem, it seems these paths saw everyday use in their distant past. I may claim this material as yet unknown, but in reality I haven't a clue regarding its composition. It is harder and heavier than anything a man or a human is capable of moving, or so I have surmised from examining its chilly surface. So it sounds like you're just making shit up, dude. Whoever wrote this, like,
yeah, I'm like, this is yet unknown, but what I mean is like I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, that's what unknown means.
Yeah, it's like it's like we got modern science. We got like, you know, we got many ways of identifying materials.
So that's what kind of what he's saying is like, well, we can't even move it because it's too heavy, and they can't like identify what it is because they can't analyze it. It's kind of the idea.
It's like, I guess, but it sounds like he's like, well, you know, by that I mean I don't know what it is, and I'm just gonna make shit up. Like, oh,
yeah,
I don't know. We
I'm
can't
just a
move
journalist.
These are like the heaviest thing ever, dude. That's why we don't know what it is. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's supposedly he's just a journalist. So like, you'd have to be like a scientist, I suppose, to know.
Oh, Jake also knows that the PS3 is the performance is awful.
Oh no, please do not play this game. Like we tried it like last week when we did like the intro, and we already had like audio issues with the intro. It was really ridiculous. Like the dialogue cut off.
Yeah, it was awful because we couldn't get the PC version streaming properly, but we fixed it now, so now I'm playing the PC version. Let's see, pushing. Yeah, it just sounds like, oh, I don't know. Ooh, we can't move it. It's like, no, it's like, we don't know what it is, but maybe no one's actually ever tried to seeing what the hell this is.
Mysterious wall.
Yeah. Pushing one's ear against the wall, the sound of the other side reverberate and echo within, resounding through the inner workings of the wall as if a glockenspiel?
Glockenspiel is an instrument.
Was playing scales. The hell sounds like a glockenspiel.
It's kind of like a xylophone, if you know what that is.
Oh, okay.
I believe. It might be the same one, actually.
I've never seen a metal like this, but many of the walls within the city are made from this material, and from the cliffs one can see an enormous monument constructed from the same mysterious manner. I wonder why these lost witches and sages scattered these walls around the city. It's like, I had to say, I'm like, bullshit. like humans, like you don't know capitalism. If there's like big metal shit, like capitalism would have like torn it down. I mean, also like I feel like if this mysterious metal wall is impeding, but the rest of the wall around it is made of regular stone, like capitalism would have just like broken the wall down and just taken the blocks. These mess and figure out what it is. It's like, I don't know, maybe this is like the Vatican and has its own like its own little government, so it that doesn't happen. All right, so what is this? I gotta... What am I activating time? Which time for? Oh, was it for that wall just to get through? Damn, I thought it was frame rate issues. Yeah, it stutters. It has like a weird I don't want to say it has like a white haze, but I don't remember if I turned the gamma up. But yeah, it runs at 30 frames per second. Yeah, the audio just kind of cut out randomly, like the voice audio, but like the music in the background was still playing and the sound effects.
Yeah, the PC version runs at 60, I believe. It's uncapped, probably. I mean, it might not be apparent on the stream because like it's a stream, but the game itself is very fluid.
Plus, I got the stream going at like 60 frames.
To be fair, you're also streaming on Discord, so that might take a bit of bandwidth.
Oh no, but I mean, the PS3 would be 30, even though I'd be streaming it at 60, which I'm sure would look weird. What was that for?
Oh, you can use that in combat. Like you can throw cars at enemies.
I want to say this is like proto Ezio.
Do you believe in fate?
Well, I am religious.
Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Huh. It's an interesting cop uniform.
Well, they're not just cops, they're the church cops.
Fleur de ciré, eau de parfum. Such a wonderful floral bouquet. With its subtle hints of rosemary. You know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance. Which doesn't quite equate to you, now does it? Bayonetta. Shit! Will you stop that?
That little bug on Enzo was a nice touch. Seeing you here, I suppose it wasn't the only one. You've certainly bloomed, haven't you, my little Cheshire puss?
I'm not your pet. The name is Luca. A name you better remember. Shit! Damn it! Wait! You can't just run away from me like that! I know what I saw that day!
It's another subplot.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about your kind. Sure, my colleagues laugh at me for chasing fairy tales.
Random cat.
Amongst other things. But I know they're real. I know the truth.
What?
Smell.
He can see anything.
It's the
That she
same
knows.
smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means
I figured
I'm right
he's
on
not
your
seeing that.
doorstep, Bayonetta.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Cheshire.
How's he hearing the gunfire though?
That I don't know. I think that guns. He can see like the gunshots and. Yeah, in the mirror. He can see her in the mirror, but he can't see the angel or something.
In the mirror?
Yeah.
No
So she already killed them. It's also possible.
After all, Rosemary's a demon repellent.
Okay, I just went on a rant about that cutscene and I forgot that I pushed the talk on.
Oh. So you were saying?
Yeah, so I explained this the other day as well when you played the first time. I think this cutscene is one of the issues I have with like the way they convey. I think it's very clear. They don't convey very clearly when you're in Purgatorio or not, which is the spirit realm. Because like you see at the beginning of the cutscene, she's kind of transparent.
Yeah.
But then halfway through, they kind of switch it off for some reason. I'm like, why would you do that? And like the angels are not transparent either. Because in the very first cutscene in the game, she goes through a portal and becomes transparent, and then when she does that, she looks normal, but then Enzo is transparent, which kind of tells you like she's in the spirit world and Enzo is in another world. So you kind of infer that. But in this one, Luca and the angels and her are all visible, so it's kind of strange. Just go.
Oh, I killed him. I thought he jumped away.
He did. He leaves.
Oh.
You only run away so fast because you've got something to run from. Me! But you can't escape me forever.
Yeah, so here back they're back to doing the transparent thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I guess there's like, but then how can you see Bayonetta's like sexiness? All sort of kinda not interacting with this character.
Well, she's in Purgatory right now, but she can pop in and out of the spirit world at will, so she can show herself if she wants to. Like she does later on. So he has seen her. He also saw her in the mirror.
Notes on the topic of magic. Learn how magic explains. Let's see. The word witch usually conjures up images in our head of an old woman using strange magic. But pre-use of the history of the grid, and you find a vastly different picture of incredibly brave women who once inhabited the area. They were they were known as Umbra witches. While these witches are said to have manipulated magic, there remains very little recorded history to back these claims. Yet they share many powers with their opposing counterparts, the Lumen Sages. From the records, we can gather a better view of what magic entailed. As overseers of history, they possess the ability to literally see everything in an instant, also known as temporal control. This technique shaped all of the 5 senses and pushed one's emotional energy to its very limits. It is a world where a falling drop of water can become a crown, and a hummingbird slowed and elegantly flaps its wings. A hummingbird slowly and elegantly flaps its wings. Temporal control is not just simply being able to recognize this world. It also enables one to boost their physical abilities and move freely within a single moment. Temporal control requires a sound body and mind and complete grasp of spiritual energy. While quite similar, the witches and sages each practice this art differently, leading to different names of their respective techniques: witch time and light speed. Witch time, it seems that the witches on this earth fell victim to our world's passage of time and vanished into the abyss of eternity. So I take it we get to eventually learn light speed.
No, actually, it's just literally it's literally the same technique. You already know light speed. It's just the way that sages do it.
Oh, it's just the way they do it. It's called light speed.
They both control time, but like in a different way, and like I don't want to go into it because it's spoilers. But you do not learn light speed, no. Which always kind of tickled me because it's not brought up really other than in the setup of the game story, but like Bayonetta is technically a hybrid between a Lumen Sage and a human and a armored witch, so she supposedly can't have those powers as well. She was only trained by the witches, so she only knows the witch powers. But she technically could use like the sage powers.
Yeah, I like
it's also. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like that the glass fixed itself. From the cutscene.
It's witch magic.
Yeah.
She reversed time.
Oh. I can just break the glass and steal.
So, this is not mentioned anywhere, I don't think, in the games, but it was asked to the developers in like on Twitter. And yes, there could, while there's not any shown, there can technically be male witches and female sages. They don't have to be gender locked.
Yeah, because that's
they're not MMO classes.
That's almost sort of seems like what they're kind of implying with the imagery.
Like, it's one of those things that might not be canon, but in theory, according to the developer, yes, there could be.
Yeah, because how do any of them reproduce? Chapel, first time catching you live. Hello.
Well, they can just reproduce with regular humans as well.
C.O. Simples, hi, how are you doing? My first time playing Bayonetta. I was gonna ask. I feel like I heard you discuss a Luca before in relation to the third game.
Let's not talk about that right now. Because boy, could I go on a rant.
But I mean, I was just gonna say.
You don't have to get attacked, by the way. Be ready. Yeah, that one in particular is very scummy because it also comes like from off screen. It's like, who the fuck thought this was a good idea? But go on, sorry.
Just like, just what you've mentioned and implied about that that whole thing. It's like seeing that cutscene introduce him and his relationship to Bayonetta makes that kind of really.
So that one in particular, she's oddly mean to him. Like in this game, she teases him, but she's never outwardly mean. That's like the only scene where she's outward, because like she fucking drops a sign on him. She almost kills him, and it feels kind of out of character for her. But generally she's just teasing with him.
But I mean, just the backstory. Like she saw him murder his father. That's like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on a path of vengeance, it seems, and it's like, oh, they end up together?
Oh, jump on top of the archway you're going through right now. Try to get on top of that.
Sorry for the complicated name. It's in Portuguese. Simple citizen. It's nothing festive. Oh, that's fine. Cidadão simples. Oh, so...
behind you is an archway. There we go. No,
you mean that one right there?
There. Yeah. There should be...
Yep.
Oh, they removed the portals. So there's a challenge portal up here usually. I think it's just because the easy mode doesn't have them, apparently.
Just like admiring the detail too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I
really like the architecture in this game. I really like it.
Yeah, I like, I see like, oh, look at it's old paint, but it's like vibrant colors for buildings.
It's funny you say that because a lot of people complain about this game being very washed out and like yellowy, like brownish. Because this was kind of like the thing of the era.
Yeah.
You look at the second game though, and it's like, oh my god, this is so Nintendo. Everything's so colorful.
Yeah, it's a bit like I see the brown, but like, it's not terrible for like some other game.
It has this kind of like sepia filter all over it, but in the second game they just made everything pop a lot more. It does look a lot more interesting.
I want to devour you.
Oh.
In the best way.
Get a follow. Hey.
Oh, I don't hear the Twitch stuff because I have the Twitch one I have readers, so I have to hear the game.
Oh, this guy's back. Ah!
Wait, what? What is the difference between following and subscribing? I don't understand Twitch.
A follow just means that like when you go live, you'll get a notification that you went live, and you'll show up on their sidebar when you're on Twitch. And subscribing, essentially, it's following is like subscribing on YouTube. Where you just get notifications.
Like a join channel. Okay, it's like a paid sub.
Yeah, so subscribing is when they pay like $5 a month, or if they can pay more for whatever reason, and get like access to emotes on the channel, and they don't see ads. Like I have the ads turned down to like the minimum, which I think like when they first click on the stream, they'll see an ad, but they should get like ad breaks and stuff in the middle. Oh my god, yeah, that is hard. Not gonna lie, I'm planning to start Twitch someday. But yeah, it is confusing, especially because like you have subscriptions, like both YouTube and Twitch have like subscriptions, but they're completely different. Essentially, a subscription on YouTube is the equivalent of a follow on Twitch, but then a subscription to Twitch is like the equivalent of, I want to say, the join button. I don't know what you call it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a join channel.
Yeah, option. Like you get to join the channel. Like this, I don't want to call it a subscription, but it's like a monthly. It is a monthly subscription where you, like, I assume
it is the technical definition of a subscription. It's just that the subscription one that they use in YouTube is not actually a subscription. You're just
a follow.
You're just getting notifications. Yeah, it's just follow.
Yeah, it's just the terminology is just so confused.
Yeah, I'm still here, Venny. I just read that. Ow.
Oh, hello.
I'm just playing Persona 3. Don't mind me. I'm just listening.
Okay. Because we had the dog icon in the middle in there.
So another LP. Oh, but I'm saying like, so you said the implication, but in the third one is that they end up having a child together, Luca and Bayonetta.
Well, since that's basically it. Yes.
But like, that's just a little weird. I'm not gonna lie.
What bothers me about it the most is like, I mentioned this earlier, like this game's, like the entire trilogy is actually kind of like about love for family and friends and stuff. Like Bayonetta and John have been so like coded. Like I know that people say that a lot, but like in this game, in these like games, it's not even like subtext. Like you go into the art book and like you can see them being very much like a couple living together. And then that thing with Luca just comes completely out of nowhere. They absolutely retcon Luca's like entire being as a human being. It's like what is happening here? What the third game was an absolute, like the story of the third game was a mess.
Yeah, it's just it's a little weird that like, oh yeah, like I as a child I saw you, you know, my father found you and then you immediately murdered him.
Yeah. Let's have babies together.
And and I've been hunting you down my entire life. Like, oh yeah, let's get married and have a baby together. That's the stuff of romance. That's you never get to see them on screen together though, like as a couple, right? Because that's alt reality technically.
Sorry, what was that last one?
Oh, you don't see them as a couple together. Like you don't see them together on screen as a couple because they're in an alt reality. They're from an alt reality.
There is one scene, I think, in the entire trilogy, and it is in the third. It's basically at the end of the third game. Yes, you can kind of see them in. Well, I mean, it is the one time you see them as a couple. It's like, yeah, we're a couple, and then you see them as a couple. It's like, I don't agree with this at all.
Yeah, okay. It's just weird. Oh yeah, and also thank you for the follow, Cidadoros, if I'm saying that correctly. What would you like to be called, like with your handle? So let's see. So notes on magic. In the rigorous pursuit of their magical arts, one method is said to cause countless deaths during training. Witch walk. Oh yeah, that does sound like a terrible recipe for training. It's like, you know what I'm picturing now? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Pippi Longstocking. Not the cartoon, but like there was a live action like Pippi Longstocking movie.
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it, no.
There's just like, I think, a point where she like walks on walls and stuff. There's one where she scales down like a building using like sticky special patented glue or something, but you're just picturing kids trying to do the same and fall to their death. I'm just picturing the training too, like the students are like, oh man, that looks so cool, and falling, getting seriously hurt trying to walk on walls. Because that does seem cool.
It's really funny because like the witch walk ability, like canonically, and we've seen this literally in game already. They can only do it if the full moon is shining. If the full moon gets obscured by like a cloud, it stops working. So like, it's very funny to think like, oh, we're gonna go into this mission and we're gonna walk on ceilings, and suddenly like the moon gets covered by like a random cloud and they all fall. It's like, yeah, this is recipe for disaster.
Also, though, but wasn't it just daytime? Like, did she just walk on walls like to do the thing?
So when you fought against John, it was like early night, I believe, because the moon was shining.
Yeah, in the flashback, but like after to get across like where the bridge got destroyed by that monster.
Well, it was day, but like you can see the moon during the day, most like in many places.
Oh yeah, that is.
It just has to be nighttime. You just have to have like a clear view of the moon, apparently.
But then why can't I do it right now? Walking on these walls. I keep trying to do that because I sort of thought like, oh, I can just kind of do this anytime. Yoink.
Yeah. It's not something you have to think about. It's just like this. Whenever you can do it, the stage is made the way
I can do it when the plot says, essentially.
Yeah. It's plot armor.
Alright, so let's see the witch walk. Let's see, the Umbrum witches, it seems witch walk was truly indispensable, taking their power from the moon, which now makes me think that they're waterbenders too. This band of witches are able to draw on the power enriching of qualities of moonlight to execute high-level techniques. However, records state that Witchwalk was powered by the pact of a particularly powerful demon who would grant the power to break gravity's bonds and not be bound by the more common moonlight. Oh no, here it explains it. It's like, oh yeah, it's a demon. I mean, what name you should use? I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like either Simples or Sidado. It's just a lot of like YouTubers or like streamers. So usually they might just like shorten users' names to something like Sidado or Simples. It's like, do you have a preference? Okay, so here it's just saying that it's like also like demon power. So there we go. It's whenever the demon feels like giving you the power to walk on walls is when you can do it.
Oh, the demon is a werewolf. If it can see the moon, then it's fine.
Yeah. That's like, okay, the demon did it. Demon let her walk on walls because she needed to, I guess.
The demon did it, so I was like, Mom, my demon ate my homework.
Alright, what did you wish for this time, Timmy? To make him eat your homework. As no further records remain as to the nature of this technique, any more hard facts remain unknown. However, by looking at the traces left on the buildings around Vigrid, one can make some further assumptions. The traces are in fact footprints left on the surfaces of the wall. They blend into the city so well that you almost never catch a glimpse of them at first glance. In fact, those without knowledge of Witchwalk would probably never notice the footprints' presence. Amongst the dirt and scars on the surface, there are many buildings in the grid where footprints sporadically continue along their sides. This must be none other than proof that these magical practitioners were able to literally walk on walls. No other explanation whatsoever.
No.
I mean, they couldn't be using grappling hooks, I guess. Or just, rope.
I mean, I guess they would have, like, marks for the grappling hooks, I suppose. If that was the case.
Many of these buildings are where the witches are left their marks are truly strange. There are doors in unbelievably high locations, or the building may lack a path to its entrance entirely. Rejecting all intruders and living a life of solitude, Witchwalk was not just a training technique for Umbran witches, it was a shield that protected their way of life. So, but I like how whoever's the guy who's writing this is just like, yeah, it's magic. It must be real.
I mean, he knew for a fact about the clans themselves. Like, he knew that magic existed. But he didn't know how it worked, basically.
It's over here. Oh, it's another broken sign. I always see these new crannies and always makes me want to, like, ooh, is there something hidden over here?
No.
I kind of don't like the invisible walls here. See, I can understand the invisible walls on, like, the rooftops, but, like, why can't I jump on this? Just let me have this. Eh.
I think it's mostly because there's a battle in this area and they don't want you cheesing it by, like, sniping enemies from places where they can't reach you, but it's a very niche explanation, I suppose. Hello, Cody. We are live on Twitch, so behave yourself. You're very muffled, though.
Yeah.
Wait, we're on Twitch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I told you the moment you joined.
You did?
Yeah, you were live on TV.
Oh, I didn't know you were being serious.
Okay, like, Chapo posted the link here for the stream.
I didn't look. I just saw you guys in the stream, and I was like, okay, I'll join.
If you got Chapo banned, it would have been your fault.
I think when someone streams, technically they are responsible for whatever happens.
Yep.
Like this.
Oh yeah,
So,
I definitely am.
Behave yourselves.
Let's see, about...
Can I say swears?
Yes, that's fine. You can swear.
Yeah.
You can swear and you can be horny. Just don't be, like, trying to get people off horny. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't think I'd do that.
It's okay. He tries to do that with me all the time, but he hasn't been successful, so...
What? What?
Here, I'm gonna make the...
He's insulting your abilities to get people off clicks.
That's very big.
Make the icons bigger because they shrink. Because it has, like, only, like, so much space. Like, the source has a... I have the source, like, limited to space, so then as more people join, our icons shrink to fit in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's see. The witches are ones of talent. That is my impression after years of exhausted research into the Umbra. The word witches triggers within us all prejudice towards the paranormal or supernatural. However, in this ancient city of the grid, the magical arts are a systemic form of scholarship. Of course, what I have learned about witches will be labeled as fraud by the world at large, are undoubtedly dismissed as nonsense. Oh, someone is preemptively like already gonna write off like why their like paper is not being peer reviewed.
Yeah. I mean, he's talking about magic, so it makes sense. Like, oh, I know that magic exists. I don't know how it works, but people are not going to believe this.
We'll begin these notes. I'll begin these notes with items that I have confirmed to be absolute facts in regards to which, but he has proof. So it's like, wait, if you have proof, then why are you worried about people dismissing you?
Chapo, we have proof that the Earth is round, and people still don't believe that. So
that's true. Let's see. Due to their lack of contact with the outside world, we often feel that witches are a strict hierarchy or oh god, I'm spacing on how to say this word. Hereditary order. However, this was not always the case. For one to become a witch, one must first and foremost possess incredible spirit energy. Those with power could become witches despite being of low birth, and those without power could be forced into spectacular life. regardless of any blood ties to a witch clan. So then people can just be randomly born witches.
So to become a witch, you just need to have the
See, Dado,
midichlorian.
just letting you know that if I vanish, it's not because I am abandoned life. It's just real bad rain here. Okay. Just the electricity went off 2 times. Oh yeah, I know that. Power outages.
And I do need some rain. It hasn't rained here for 36 months.
Oh, still.
Well, it's raining here right now. You want some?
Jeez, yeah. We're actually going on high alert for like droughts here in Spain.
Again.
Because it just never rained. Yeah.
Wasn't
Well, it's
Spain
like a
on fire
constant
last year?
thing. I mean, it's probably on fire all the time. I wouldn't be surprised.
Just like the Southwest.
Yeah.
Naturally, children born within the clan are often quick to grasp concepts of magic due to the environment around them, allowing them their innate abilities to bloom at a much earlier age. Coming to grips with this concept must have inspired one to further home their spirit energy. These children were also able to participate in extensive drills with other witches, and only those who have shown great promise and achievement are able to take their witchly vows prior to the passage into womanhood. Yeah, see, like, this is already making it seem like, oh yeah, all witches are female, so the Umbrium are all women. I don't know, like, they should have said that, like, until, like, adulthood or something.
Yeah, like, I think canonically there's only female witches and, like, male sages, but, the developers had said that there could be males and females of the other one, so, like...
It's just like, ew, we don't want to think about men being witches and sexy, with sexy hair and stuff, because that'd be gay.
I think the implication is that, like, yes, you could have magical powers and learn these skills, but they would not accept your, like, witchly vows, for example. Like, they would reject you as part of the order, because you were not a woman.
And again, it also goes into this game probably made by, like, cis hetero men. Like,
yeah. Well, to be fair, you also have to remember that the witches and sages were not actually enemies until, like, the very, very end, where they kind of, like, annihilated each other. But, like, for the most part, they were allies. So it's very likely that if a child was born with magic powers and it was, like, a male, they would be like, oh, well, we'll send you off to the sages, you know?
I guess that makes sense. But, like, also they're like, oh, but the two can never cross, at least, like, from the opening, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the premise.
So unless the witches can only have, like, sex with not magical people. So yeah, so if the Umbrans are all female and the Lumens are all male, that means they're only allowed to have, like, families with, like, not magical people then.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because
the actual reality is that they're just Amazons. They're mostly just lesbians, so it's fine.
It's like it's like Final Fantasy 14, which is like, oh yeah, with the bunny people, the Vera, they're like, oh yeah, the men are over there somewhere, but look, women, boobies. We really don't want to make male character models, please. Don't make us do that. Oh, this is the same with the not Ronsos. I always forget what they're called.
They're called Hrothgar, but they are Ronso, yeah.
Hrothgar.
Yeah.
By the way, Chapo, do you know about PSO2? I have no idea what those abbreviations are.
I believe it's Phantasy Star Online 2.
Oh no, I am not.
But it could be something else. But that's the only abbreviation that kind of matches.
I feel like my cousin has played a Phantasy Star.
I played it on the Dreamcast because I think my brother had it on the Dreamcast, but like I was a child. I remember nothing, literally nothing. So
yeah, I think my cousin played that on Dreamcast.
Another LP? Working me to
oh, wait, yeah, this is important.
I was bored anyways.
Most people will use this weapon during the entire first playthrough. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, but I get why people use it. I just like the guns a lot more, because it's so much more original.
This took a bit of pounding to shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put this thing to good use.
Oh, it's like katana.
Yeah.
Accessories. Oh, yeah, but like what exactly is Phantasy Star Online? So it's an RPG, I know that much, but other than that I have no idea what it is. I want to say all I really know is that I think it has like a blue-haired anime looking guy on the cover and that's it. Oh, you can't get like a second pair of weapons?
No, the sword you can only use with your hands. Because I mean, imagine holding a sword with your feet. Like, how does that work?
Oh yeah, that does. I was actually gonna do that. I'm like, oh, I wonder how that looks.
Well, I bring it up because the answer to that question you can find out in Bayonetta 2.
I was gonna say like, oh, I could see that. That'd be cool. It'd be like having. I feel like there's a movie where like people have like assassins with like their like knives pop out of their shoes. They're like kicking with like with the knives on the tips of their shoes.
Yeah, like, I mean, this is explicitly they did that in Bayo 2. Like you can have swords on your feet in the second game.
Push in the direction of an enemy the instant you are attacked. And like, are there any accessories that are worth like saving up for or buying? Or waiting for to pop up?
The last one is kind of expensive, but it's the best one. It's literally a parry. It's kind of hard to use, but you might use it accidentally, which saves you from attack, so hey, might as well. But I'd say go for the techniques first, just get all the techniques. They're relatively useful.
I meant to actually try that first. Heel stop. While moving backwards to forward, press B.
You have to flick it like back and forth and then B.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. If you have magic, that will summon a Wicked Weave, which is why I use magic mostly for in this game.
So I was seeing like Cidato was saying in chat, the Dreamcast one was the first one. Yeah, I think that it was Phantasy Star Online. 3 or 4 after it. There is one from 2012 and another from 2021.
Yeah, I'd say Heel Stomp and Tetsuzanko, which is the ability on top of it, they're basically the same, just one is for punches, the other one is for kicks. Those are like some of my favorite moves, like I use those all the time. I think I spent magic on those more often than on torture attacks, but that's just, they look cool.
Yeah, but I'm usually not a fan of like online games, mostly because they're like, there's like the time dedication to it, and usually like they encourage like other people to play with you, but the problem is that like a lot of times the people that I end up playing with are able to spend more time into the game than I am, and I tend to fall behind. So I usually try to avoid like any kind of like MMO games or any kind of like online games.
Yeah, as a game designer I can tell you MMOs are terrible. They're horrible games. That's why I play 3 of them at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if like Phantasy Stars is an MMO, but I'm gonna assume it is because it has the word online on it.
I think it's one of those games that you can kind of play on your own if you want to,
Oh,
but you can also play online.
I just noticed that her shadow.
Yeah, her shadow is Madame Butterfly. That's
that's
her
neat.
pack demon. You can actually see that in Smash Bros. If you look at her carefully, you can see it in the shadow.
Oh yeah,
like if you,
I see the
pause
maps.
the game. Well, it has like wings. Like the face mask has wings, and then she also has wings.
Yeah. But is there a way to fix this statue? Oh. Do I just have to walk up to it?
Oh yeah, there's another path that leads down to like a pillar.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna lie. It's just at the start before you use it. Actually, I'd encourage you to play with people, but you don't need to if you don't want to, though. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like Monster Hunter, where like you can play it alone, or you can like play with other people.
Oh. Oh, is that what I get for completing those? Maxing them out as bonus money?
What do you mean?
Oh, I got like... I maxed out the little bar, the torture bar.
Oh yeah. Usually, if there's a like matching one.
Oh, there we go.
There are certain cases where like missing one. I don't think there's any that's like an instant death, but there are instant death QTEs in this game. I'll be sure to tell you about them before they come up.
There's the story mode as well. Yeah, I want to say the two like MMOs that I've played are probably like World of Warcraft and Maple Story.
As a huge like MMO aficionado, I've played a few. I actually tried to play ESO this week, but like it was my second time trying it because the first time I didn't have a lot of fun, and honestly still don't really like it too much, so I ended up uninstalling it. It's just I don't know. I just don't find it very entertaining. Like the most fun I had with the game so far was just making the character.
The character design, or the character creation.
I made him like a lookalike from another character. I made him look like Samuel from the Smoke Room, and I was surprised at how close I got. It's like, oh, this is straight up does look like Samuel. But like playing the game itself is just not for me, that one. I don't know. But I have dabbled in WoW. Occasionally I play it. Like when I have like nothing else to do, I might like sub for a month and play WoW very, very casually. Like WoW is the game where like I love the character design, I love the variety and races, but the game itself I don't like. Because like it's a game that doesn't want you to play it. It's very strange. It's like, hey, you're not up to date, doesn't matter, ignore everything else, just play whatever is the current content. Like I can't even follow a story like that.
Yeah, WoW, I have not played it since like Burning Crusades, and like I've heard that it's very different now since when I started playing.
So like right now, if you were to, for example, the ones I play a lot are Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14. If you were to play both of them, Final Fantasy 14 is kind of like WoW in that like it wants you to play the modern content, but you have to go through the old content first, so it's kind of like a linear path. It has suffered for it, like the early levels are kind of bad, but the game does get a lot better later on. But they don't force you to do they force you to do it basically to unlock the story. Guild Wars 2 on the other hand, like you don't have to play through the content before the current one, but you kind of can, like you're encouraged to, and it's fun. Even nowadays I think it's relatively fun. It's kept up to date. But WoW is like, if you were to play WoW now, after not playing since the Burning Crusade, we're talking like what, 15 years, and the game doesn't want you to even look at that. It's like, no, ignore it. Oh,
Yeah.
you can open the door actually.
Oh yeah, no, I was mostly just like, looking around to see if
Oh.
there's stuff and just admiring the view. It's like the
It's a
light.
pretty game.
Yep.
You know, now that I know this is being streamed, I'm scared the chat's gonna call me a bottom. Like, I'll just say something, and like...
It's fine.
Like what you're saying
Trix
now?
is a bottom. Yeah.
No, I'm such a top.
No.
Don't believe him.
You cannot talk Twix. You can't fool anyone.
He's a submissive top.
It's in your voice.
Yeah. Oh, this cutscene is important.
Never played WoW. I want to try someday. Like, I think you can try it for free up to like level 10 or something.
She's switching to the human realm. When she does that circle.
Hide and seek, my scurrying little friend. Just a child? What are you doing running around Vigrid? You're certainly not dressed in your Sunday best.
That's supposed to be her.
Flashback, yeah. Okay, at the end of this fight, oh my god, you're doing so much damage. That is ridiculous. He hasn't even popped out the charge yet. There we go. Well, at the end of the fight, you're gonna have to press X on a QD and a QDE, and that one is an instant death. Okay, I didn't want to talk during cutscene, but the thing with WoW is that I really like the variety, and it frustrates me because I think the game could be really good. Oh, this is cutie. And you're dead.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a problem with this game. Yeah. Like, I really like the variety that they have, especially in furry races. Like, it's the only MMO that has more than one furry race, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, ESO has two, but they also have the lizards.
Oh, really? At least it starts me off here at the cutscene. Actually, I was expecting to be fighting.
But yeah, like WoW has a variety, and they actually like make that variety. Like they make the difference between races important, and like they're distinct. They have lore. They behave differently. It's the opposite of what we were talking about earlier, like monster races in other games.
Yeah.
But I feel like those actually kind of matter, and it's nice. It's like, oh, you have the werewolves, and they have this whole like werewolf-like plot. You know, like.
Oh.
You can totally play
Wow,
WoW on like a 2013 PC because that game is ancient.
Yeah, I think they might touch out the graphics and stuff, but it still relatively runs low. I mean, I remember playing it on a crappy laptops from that era, or older, from like the mid-aughts. It's not worth playing.
I mean, it's not worth it. I play purely casually because it lets me live that fantasy of like playing furry races, and like the latest expansion, you can make like a dragon race that I can enjoy. They're kind of twinkish, a bit too twinkish for my liking, but on their defense, I'll say that you can actually play that race completely naked, surprisingly. Like they don't even have like loincloths or anything. But because they're lizards, they don't have anything to cover up, so
I'm surprised they had them do that.
Like, hell yeah. I'm down for this. They're also like completely androgynous, is that the word? So they don't have difference between males and females,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
So, I don't think I've seen these dragon people, or I might have and not just noticed, like, realize that they're from WoW.
Oh, let me pull them up. This is very funny how close we were to an actually based race, and we got the twin boys instead.
My husband says WoW's not worth playing.
It really isn't. I just enjoy it because like I like the race fantasy, but
Yeah, I don't think he's played it for like 2 expansions now. Sometimes he'll play like the newest expansion, or he has friends that like buy him the subscription for it, and I don't think he's played it for like 2 expansions.
so here, I'll send it to Discord. This is what they look like in game. You can see there's one that barely has any armor.
Oh yeah.
And they're kind of like twinkish. Well,
Yeah.
actually, they don't look as twinkish in there, but if you compare them to the other race that we almost got, which is...
Or compare them to like to Dragonborns and like Baldur's Gates. Yeah, they look pretty twinkish comparatively. They have wings though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Can they actually fly? No, I bet.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
Actually, yes. This is the other race that... Well, this was not introduced in this expansion, but it was like very prominent. And it's like... They're like twice the height. Like they're like... I think the Draktyr are like waist height to these guys.
But they
like
don't have any wings.
Yeah, they don't have wings. That's the only difference.
Bullet.
I did have fun with Dragonflight. Like the fantasy is well realized with the Draktyrs, I believe. I just wish they weren't as twink. As a twink in real life, please don't let me play something else.
Twink. Sit down on TV. Yeah.
Dude, you have a twink voice, it's fine. People can tell.
If I was your child, I'd be an awfully ugly witch, wouldn't I? Yours is a face only a mother could love, and one I could never forget.
Damn, my Lord Lion.
Remember where from? No quarrel? You're in no position to decide that. See, my infernal partners love my ability to eliminate your kind. I figure your sacrifice would shut them up for a while.
Okay, so I think I understand. So she kills angels because that's like what her pack demands.
Yeah,
for
it's like
her
she
power.
has to feed them to the demons.
So is he just like, oh hey, you're like a being of light, then why like that you have the powers of a witch?
To be fair, he's like a very particular type of angel. He's like a very high class of angel.
You can actually just house him.
I like the pole dance move. It's also really strong.
That reminds me of the spin move from Revengeance.
Man, Revenge is such a good game. You should play that one as soon if you like this kind of action games.
I've
Metal
heard
Gear.
that. I've heard of Revengeance. It's definitely a game like a. It's like in terms of it being a Metal Gear Solid game, but it looks like apparently it's really stupid fun.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about the Metal Gear series. I played that game because it's made by the same people who made Bayonetta. It was like the game that came straight after. So like, I only played it because I was a fan of Bayonetta and I heard that it was like kind of similar. I'm like, hell yeah. I know nothing about Metal Gear. You can kind of play that game on its own. It's kind of like a standalone story.
I've only played like, lava.
Yeah, no, it's the kind of game where like the story doesn't fucking matter. So you're just there for the memes and the spectacle. Like no other game can say that they literally have Donald Trump as the final boss. So, I mean, it's not literally Donald Trump, but it's kind of like Donald Trump. It's like the closest thing you'll get.
So if you think about it,
I mean, have you?
The game has like lived on through memes.
Yeah,
it's kind of less.
It's so legendary.
I was gonna say, have you ever played like a Metal Wolf Chaos?
No, I have never even heard that game. What is that?
Who's the one who made it? I don't remember if it was Platinum. It's some studio. It only came out in Japan for like the Xbox. It got remastered a couple of years ago and brought to the States. It's a mech game with like the president of the United States gets like.
Oh, it's from Software.
Yeah, from Soft. That's what it was.
So I was gonna say, if it was Platinum, I would know.
It's like an old FromSoft game. It's like, it is very over the top. It's like the president gets like ousted by his vice president, and he goes across America to free him, to free like America and go kill the president, the vice president of the United States. It has like English acting in it, like voice acting. There is
on Steam.
What
do you mean?
Metal Wolf Chaos.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. It's on Steam at the moment. Yeah.
It's like I got a PS4 version, a physical version of that. It was like it was released. It was published by like Devolver Digital. They presented it in like their I want to say their second direct. Like they even had like a big like thing about it, but it took like way longer to publish, like for it to come out than when it was advertised on there.
It looks really weird because it looks like a PS2 game on the PS4 gen.
Yeah, it's like an Xbox game, like an original Xbox game.
Oh, okay, it's like a port, yeah.
Yeah. Like the voice acting in it is over the top. It's like I don't think I ever finished it, but I played the. It was kind of fun. It's just a little weird because it's a mech game. Mech games aren't like something I usually play.
Yeah, me. I'm not really into mechs, but in Metal Gear it's more like cybernetics. I guess not. I guess you could count cyborgs as mechs, but like it's more like people with superpowers essentially.
Yeah.
But like that game is it's hella fun. It's just like a fun ride, you know. It's like kind of like good vibes kind of game.
Oh yeah, I get that. It's like just a fun game to play and chill. Oh. Oh good, they didn't do that again. Honestly, I hate it when they. I hate the whole like running away from lava, but not being able to look like where you're running to. So you have to dodge obstacles that Bayonetta should be able to see from her perspective, but doesn't.
I think that's literally the only place in the game where they use that camera, so it's fine. Actually, no. There is one more in the final stage. But there's no obstacles. You just have the camera angle, but there's no obstacles in front. Also, yeah, here you have the witch walk by default. Like whenever you need the witch walk, it's gonna be there. You know, like the design, the level design accounts for it.
So are all these people just fucked? All the people living here?
No, like this is not a good world to live in. Like this is not. And this was all done by one angel, that one like dragon guy.
With the baby face on like, what was it, his stomach?
Yeah.
No, they're biblically correct.
That's a weird way to have a face.
Well, they're biblically correct angels.
Yeah, I like them. Oh, there's gonna be a QTE here as well, and I think it's also an instant death at the top of this tower. I believe it's a jump button. Nope, sorry. These were so lame. I'm so glad they got rid of these. Because like, imagine you're going for a perfect run, like, oh, you have to get platinum on every fight, and then you like slip. Like, obviously, if you can't go for like platinum, you usually can't do this easily. But like, it's a relatively tiny window.
Yeah.
They can easily sleep, but it will just fuck up your run. So it's X instead.
Random book. Sure, I have time to read.
I do appreciate that you're reading these actually, because most people will skip them.
Umbra witches, controllers of dark power. The ways of their discipline were actually quite varied. Breathing, movement, medicine, and tactics were joined in the Middle Ages by training in the operation of heavy weapons, accumulating in a curriculum whose total breadth and intensity were hard to discern. Their training forged by both body and soul, homing each witch into a vessel capable of withstanding the rigors of magical art and allowing one to begin to interact with the other dwellers of the magical realm. These interactions with the world of spirits lies at the very core of magic. To those dwellers of the magical realm, into layman's terms, they most closely fit the common descriptions of demons. Developing demon-like powers, it seems that this was one of the reasons these women were burned with a sad fate, always living in history's shadows. I have been able to gain no further solid information regarding the magical arts, as the witches' clan has long since been annihilated and their memory forgotten. The residents of this town detest them with all their hearts. To allude to their existence is quite the taboo. Yet the key to unlocking the witch's mystery still remains. In Vigrid, the man held up by many to be a paragon of the fate continues to seek out any remaining witches. Are the witches once thought to be wiped from Earth still among us? If they are, how have they survived this long? What do they know now? What do they now know? And where on Earth could they be hiding? Finally, I obtained scraps of a document that appears to lay out another elementary discipline of the magical art. I am unable to decipher the writing on the document, but it seems to describe a martial art known as a dodge offset. I pray it will be of use to someone, so I have included it in these notes. Oh, so I just picked up a technique.
So it's actually weird because you have that technique from the start. You don't have to buy it. It's just
Oh.
like it's a way to extend your combos, but it's slightly advanced. So
I like the fact that like I picked up this what appears to be some martial art, and just in case anyone wants to learn it, I'll put it in here with my notes.
Yeah, it's weird.
well, I'm not a martial artist. I might just as well leave it here for someone who is. Oh, this is one of the this is one of the hardest QTEs to fill up, the wheel one.
Yeah, I mean, like, in his research notes, I feel like there are other places he could have left it.
Nice touch. So for example, one of the things that I like a lot about Bayonetta, it's very subtle. But usually in games like these, whenever your character attacks, like they will do like random grunts and noises, you know, like I'm not even gonna try to imitate that because that's gonna sound horrible. But like whenever she grunts when she's attacking, she always uses the same sound for every specific move. So you can always know just by sound alone which part of the combo you're in. Because like even if it seems repetitive, it has an actual use because it tells you which part of your chain you're in. So it's very easy to string combos even if you're not looking at the combo. You know which part you're in just by the sound alone.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like punches, she's like ooh ooh ooh, and her kicks are yeah yeah yeah.
Yeah, but like even the sequence of punches, there's no variance. She always makes the same noises on every punch. So you actually kind of learn her like vocals, as weird to call them that as it is.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head. I'll see you later.
Okay, cheers.
Alright.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh no, the icons are huge.
No, I can't see the icon because I'm watching on Discord.
Yeah, oh, I'm watching on Discord as well. I just pop into Twitch from time to time. Just making sure it's still working. I just like how my icon looks there. It's cute. It's animated.
It is. I like it. That's even if it's just like a little simple thing, like a simple icon.
Oh my gosh, it like changes when it talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I set a couple of.
Yeah, I just kept mine like the simple was just like the image, but you can have like it switch between two images to make it look like you're talking.
Yeah, I just happen to have two with like different expressions, so I thought, hey, this kind of looks like he has his mouth open, so I could use it for this. Because this was actually like a Christmas icon that I got a while ago.
I want to devour you.
And the one with his mouth
In the
open,
best way.
he actually has like a Santa hat on his horn. I had to like delete that.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Cody.
What? Who told you that?
Like my
It shows up on
alert,
Twitch.
my alert box.
It shows on the stream.
Oh, you did to watch the notification play with Joel from Mass Effect telling how he wants to devour me.
Oh, sounds very Devil Gambit of him.
Let's see. The topic of Magic 3. The magical arts of the Umbron. Their true significance is best understood in the context of how the Umbron are able to use this magic, via direct contact with demons in Inferno. It is through that these witches underwent strict training in order to master the various techniques. However, the truth is colored by the fact that the witches left people awestruck and were greatly revered. The true root of their power was none other than their ability to take unbelievably strong demon energy and bend it to their will, using it freely. The witches' direct contact saw them reaching into the hearts of the Inferno's darkness and summoning the demons that dwell there, drawing out their incredible magic and destructive powers. The witches under contract with these demons are able to exercise powers far beyond any that could be obtained by mere mortals, to the extent that some may even term these powers as aggressive or brutal. It is thanks to these powers that the witches boost such awesome force in battle. From the Vigridian religious perspective, those living in the human world find interaction with the other realms to be incredibly difficult. Residents
Why is it hyphenated?
Hyphenated?
Interaction?
Yeah, interaction.
That's weird, why?
It's like, ooh, interaction like between demons. That kind of stuff too always keeps showing up on stream. It only works at the official Twitch stream app. No, so stream alerts you usually use like a third party to do like alert boxes, but Twitch recently like have their they have their own alert boxes. Like say my emote wall is like a third party thing. But the alert boxes I think were recently added to Twitch natively, so you just go under your Twitch account and you can make like an alert box with like whatever graphics and sound clips you want. I actually have them like set up to where like the audio comes from the video that I uploaded, but I think you can make it individually, and there's a way that I think people can actually change, like select the audio and they want it with this image or video to play. But I'm not entirely sure how that works, because I haven't like played around with it. I'm kind of like trying to move away with some of like the third party, some of the third party stuff, just because they're like asking for like iffy kind of permissions for my account. Oh yeah, like OBS. So that's what I'm using right now. You connect the to all these elements through like a browser element.
I need to write all this stuff down because I'm also interested.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of trying to move away from like stream elements, because the last time I tried to change something, it's like, oh yeah, we need to reconnect to your account. Actually, I just noticed too that like, am I hiding it or? No, it's on the left side. Yeah, it must have fully disconnected. I was wondering, because I think the last time I tried streaming, like the text showed up on screen, the chat box, but that was that's through Stream Elements, and Stream Elements again was asking for more iffy permissions, and I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna give you those permissions. But now it's not showing up anymore. I think the last time we streamed, there was like text. The chat box actually showed up whenever you send messages in chat.
That one is helpful, I think, because if you do the VOD on YouTube later, then people can see like the stream.
Yeah.
The text.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's useful, but like, again, it's like I'm uncomfortable with some of these permissions that they're requesting. So I might like either have to find another service or figure out how to like make my own like text thing that pulls from like the API and puts it on screen in such a manner.
Capture another screen with just the window for Twitch.
Yeah.
Just record the chat.
I mean, I could actually do that and just put it as like a source element, but the problem is it's like you can't make it transparent.
Yeah, the chroma.
Yeah, it's trying to like do the chroma and then have it show up at a proper size and not have like the bottom part that says like, you know, send a message from my end with like all the other little chat tools at the bottom. Yeah, exactly. Just the it's like I think they were asking like permissions like, oh, they can like control like the ads like the ad controls on your account, which I'm like, no, I don't want anyone changing my ads and
Yeah, why would you need that?
increasing the number of ads. No, it's not so much like not so much like them like like getting money from my ads. It's more like them being able to like up the number of ads on my account. It's like, no. It's like I like limiting the ads on my streams. Especially because they're also like a lot of times these stream services are always like, hey, wouldn't you like a sponsorship from like Raid Shadow Legends? And I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah, there's like a lot of like tutorials that you could find online on how to do like a lot of the easy stuff in terms of setting up like through either Streamlabs or Steam Elements. Stream Elements, I think Restream is another one. It's like I used to have like a Restream box, but I didn't like their style. But let's see. So yeah, you were saying the interaction was hyphenated, which like, is it because like it's interaction in terms of like interdimensional reaction? Let's see, residents of the Inferno are also find it impossible to manifest themselves in the human world. This is why witches require some sort of catalyst to summon demons into the human world, channeling the spirit via this medium. The catalyst most often used by witches is their hair. It is well accepted that hair had many uses in magical arts, and the witches call this use of their own hair the wicked weave. It was said to have been used not just to summon demons, but also summon magical items, as well as forming the witch's uniform. I would also like to touch briefly on the despair these women must have felt to gain incredible power afforded to them. They were forced to trade their souls with the demons of Inferno. Within the Trinity of Realities, it is believed that the deceased find their souls sent to heaven in an endless cycle of rebirth, death, and rebirth. However, witches are met with only a single possible fate, death, followed by endless torment in Inferno. Once one had set foot upon the path of the magical arts, they lay nothing but the harsh realities that there is no turning back. Despite this fact, there is a path desired by a never-ending stream of believers. How these women capture so many hearts, minds, and imaginations remains unknown. So there's like the power of the hair the power just comes from the hair because...
Yeah, no, the hair just had magical powers. And this is not just in this game, but like this is a pretty traditional like folklore,
like Tangle.
The witches here, yeah. Well, I guess,
Yeah.
but the
Or
witches
even
here,
just, like the concept of like using hair for like magic spells and things like that.
yeah, that is one of the reasons. Like for a while, like red hairs were believed to be witches. I believe it is a thing.
That's to be a ginger then.
Yeah.
I wonder, I've never heard of the mechanics of like hair being used as magic outside of like the movie Tangle.
Well, it's typically like also like, oh, you want to make a potion. For I think in Harry Potter they also do it like, oh, you make a potion that looks like someone. You take a hair and you dissolve it in the potion.
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like
because it's like their essence.
Yeah.
Or like a voodoo doll or something like that. You like use hair to like bind it.
I never thought of it as like a. I never thought of that as an apparatus of magic, though. It's more like a connection to that particular person.
I think that is kind of the intention. Yeah, it is more of a person. Like I choose this specific person, so I need part of their DNA, basically.
Yeah, but like, yeah, magical hair is just like, I've never thought of like hair coming from magic. There's like certain cultures where it's like, people don't cut their hair. Like I want to say like Chinese like culture or some sort of Asian cultures, like you don't cut your hair because it's like your body's like a temple that your parents made, so, and you're supposed to respect your parents because you're like your parents' property, so you don't disrespect your temple and you never cut your hair. I must want to say that was Confucius, but I'm not 100% sure.
I know that in Chinese culture, like cutting your hair is a sign of like a change in your life. That's why it's so often you see it in like in movies and stuff. There's the dramatic scene where the main character like cuts their hair cuts their hair shorter. So it's kind of like a transition.
Also, so how does it feel to know that Bayonetta is covered in hair?
I mean, we know that from the get-go, yeah.
I mean, she's covered in hair and she uses her feet like hands, so like, it sounds like a monkey witch to me.
Monkey witch.
This is clearly a portal. There are many, there may be evidence of the town this ancient society created in the catacombs below.
I mean, I guess you technically just wear sheep hair if you're wearing wool. So it's not that different. If you're wearing woolen clothes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's obvious the properties change. It's obvious the property changes, like, because there's also like her regular hair on her head.
She's not such a great character design though. Like she's so recognizable. Like the beehive hairdo is like iconic.
It is.
Like the weird like hair wings she has on her arms. It's actually really fascinating to see the concept art for this game because you see how many revisions there went for her design and the thought process, and it's so smart. Like the design she has from the start of the game, where she has like the long hair, that was like almost the final design, but they decided to scratch it because they didn't want to. It obscured her too much, so they added the flaps to the arms, so you would always know where her arms are. It's like, this is such a smart decision. Oh, you go to the right here at the. If you continue that path on the water, you can get the other half of the CD that you picked up earlier. Because this one's very easy to miss.
The path on the water. Oh, that one down there. Oh. I like listening to you talk about like the background and just like why some of her character design is like really good in terms from like a design perspective and gameplay perspective.
Oh, I could go on and on. Like, it's also one of the reasons why why her guns are red is because like they're very bright compared to her black design, so you can clearly see where her feet and her hands are.
So what was the choice to make it blue in the second game?
Because it's also like fairly striking. Because she like her main outfit is black, so you can pick pretty much any accent color and it's gonna stand out.
Yeah, it's like she's got the white gloves.
Yeah.
I prefer blue anyway, for like no particular bias reason whatsoever.
Yeah, blue Cody. I do like her design from the second game a lot. Like, I think it's a better design, but I think this one is more iconic. Like, you're never gonna see a character that looks like Bayonetta from Bayo 1, other than herself.
thing.
The Bayonetta from Bayo 2, like there are characters with like similar faces, I guess. Like she's kind of like you can see. You're not gonna see a lot of characters with glasses. That's also a thing. Like everyone, that was a very fun story from the developer. He was adamant about her having glasses. But the executives wouldn't have it. They were like, no, Camilla, we're not gonna put glasses on this character because they're not popular. And he was like, no, fuck you guys. I'm not only am I gonna give her glasses, I'm gonna literally give glasses to every single character in this game. So every single character in this game has some sort of like eyewear.
Oh yeah, like
that's great.
I think Enzo doesn't, but
Enzo has sunglasses, yeah. They might not be wearing them at the time, but they had them somewhere in their design. Like John has the glasses on her forehead.
Yeah.
Luca has glasses on like his on the V-neck. He has like the glasses hanging on the V-neck. Rodan has the sunglasses. The little girl has the sunglasses as well.
Oh, we're not spoiling the little girl's name yet, okay?
No.
Okay. Yeah, also, as you probably tell, like, yeah, I'd say I prefer her, like, Bayonetta 2 design, but, like, I can't even recognize, or, like, I can't, like, remember what her hair was like in the second game.
What was, sorry?
I couldn't remember what her hair was in the second game when you started talking about, like, how iconic it is in the first one.
Yeah, in the second game, it's just, like, short hair. It's
okay.
like... It's similar to Joker from Persona 5. In fact, a lot of people joke when that game came out. Like a lot of people joke, like, "Oh, mother."
Yeah, mother. I mean,
is that
you know, I can see the resemblance, but yeah, it's definitely like more of like the standard sort of like anime.
Yeah.
Like.
That's why I don't think it's as iconic because
side thing.
I don't think it's as iconic in terms of like, I mean, it's a good design. Like her entire, I like her. So to clarify, I like her outfit from the second game more. The only thing I like from the first game more is the hair, because I think the hair is just so recognizable.
I mean, I prefer the second look, but the first one is definitely more like iconic, I should think. Like it's more recognized. Like I see the beehive on her head, and I'm like, yeah, that's Bayonetta. But like, I couldn't even think of what her hairstyle looked like in the second one. It's good. It's just.
Oh, I'm just supposed to use it.
This one is more recognizable. Also, what's going on here?
So he's turning back time.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if, like, am I supposed to use this somewhere specific?
Yeah.
Very pretty here.
I really like the conceptualization of paradise in these games. I think just visually it's so pretty.
Yeah. So we do like visit Paradiso like in this game, right?
Yeah, a few times. That room is in Paradiso. In all the challenge rooms, they're not around in easy mode apparently, but all the challenge rooms are in Paradiso as well, and then you also go there for the story like a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, because I know, because obviously, I'm trying to think, because obviously like, when the witches, isn't like a thing that when the witches die, they get like dragged to Inferno or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we actually like been there, or have we ever like actually like visited Inferno in a way that doesn't involve her dying and getting dragged there? are the gates of hell in Inferno? Or...
Yes.
Okay. I guess that counts. Maybe we go there in Bayonetta 3. I wouldn't know. I haven't actually seen the game yet. Which is fairly surprising.
It's okay. If Chapel likes this game, I'll get him the other two. Oh, actually, you can gift games on the Switch. Never mind. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna sponsor this. This is like my favorite game series.
Also, just like running around, I guess, like under the crust of the earth.
So
Up
speaking
the moon.
of Venny, what did you think of like Bayonetta 3?
This same, yeah. Chapel asked me the same question. I'm not gonna go into it at the moment. The only way I can put it in a way that's not spoilery is like, I like the Bayonetta parts of Bayonetta 3 a lot.
Oh, I mean more from like a technical perspective.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Exactly. That. Like, I think Bayonetta 3 is the best Bayonetta game when you're playing as Bayonetta.
Because I saw the trailer for it, like when it was first announced, and like, I don't know, something seemed off.
I mean, it's on the Switch, so it looks.
Describe it.
It kind of looks. So, Bayonetta 3 has a few issues. First one is like they changed the way they do faces, and like everyone looks kind of ugly in that game. Which is kind of weird for this franchise, all things considered. And then like, the story is a mess, like actual train wreck. But the gameplay side, at least the gameplay side, which is for me it's the most important part of these games, is very good if you're playing as Bayonetta.
Okay. One thing that stuck out to me in like the teaser trailer announcement for it, but like I don't know if it was just me, but like it was, I don't know, something about like the animation. Specifically like when she like does her the demon she summons, that the one that's not Madonna.
Yeah.
The other one. That what's it called?
Gamora.
Gamora. So when she does like her little dance to like summon Gamora, like it just seemed off to me. Like something seemed strange about it in the trailer, and I don't know. So I couldn't quite like.
Well, I can tell you what it is. The reason that the dance specifically looks strange is because in Bayonetta 1 and 2, she does mostly pole dance routines, and like she does a very specific style of dancing. In Bayonetta 3, they went for like a pop star kind of style, and all her dances look off. And because she's like dressed in a very pop star looking outfit as well, like, or pop star inspired, I should say. They basically wanted her to look like a kid, which is very problematic.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, I think were they trying to make her provocative but still like family friendly?
No. The problem is that they made her appealing to the Japanese audience, and that is horrible because we all know what Japanese people find provocative in terms of animation. It's one of the main reasons I don't like anime anymore.
That's true.
But let's.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, okay, because it was like, because like whenever she does like any of her like dances, especially to like summon Gamora in like the first two games, they seem, they always, like when I look at the two and I compare them, it's like the third one just seems like almost weirdly slower in a way, which is like.
Yeah, it's not the speed. It's the style. It's mostly the style. The type of dance she's doing.
Yeah, it just felt that way to me, and it was like, I don't know. I haven't actually, like I said, I haven't actually seen any like gameplay past like that teaser trailer. So like, maybe it's different, or like something else, but like, I don't know. Clearly, I'm not in a position to speak on it.
I'm just thinking of like now. It's like, huh? For dances based on stripper, it's like Spencer from extracurricular activities as a witch.
Oh. Isn't that the one that Ian likes a lot?
I don't know. I don't think I've had any. You guys have heard my like extracurricular activities hot takes. But like, so I don't know. Maybe someday I'll finish the chest. I'll bring myself to being able to finish the Chester route that I started.
I remember playing that game like 10 years ago. That game has been going on for forever.
Not quite 10 years, but I feel like it's getting up there. At least like 8.
Man, that is ancient furry stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's see. So all right, now I gotta look it up. I know we were like just sidetrack, like.
Let me while you look it up, let me heat up some food. I'm gonna have something ready already. Just need to heat it up. We'll be back in a second.
All right. So published 2016. So yeah, that is like 8 years. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, when did I play it? I always have to look up my own video like on it. Oh, old me. How'd you just be like disappointed? Not to say that like the game is bad, but I feel like in the interim of like just like having played, like when I first played it into where I am now, it's like my my views are very different. 5 years ago. So I made a video on it 5 years ago. Yeah, because I know I didn't. I think I started playing it in 2018. So I played it 2 years after it came out. But that game's been going on for 8 years. Like, holy shit, this game's been in like and like, I won't say development hell, just like in such a long time, like development. That's just like, wow. And again, it's like I think of like something like, just think of like any other VNs though, they're still kind of long. Alright, so I'm just gonna read this. The old Colosseum. And Vigrid's long protractive history, there was once an enormous Colosseum built facing the sea. It remains today largely intact. According to record, the Colosseum was used not for martial contests or other games, but as an altar for the worship of one of the era's gods. A being known as Fortitudo. It's like fortress god. Even today, as the urban functions of the city move to Isla del Sol, the Colosseum holds a special place in the religious belief of those who worship
I'm back.
Laguna. I was just like reading the old Colosseum entry. Even though the winds of time have long since destroyed the road leading to the structure, forcing a treacherous passage through the cliffs, the stream of those making a pilgrimage to the Colosseum is endless. So built for a god, you missed me butchering this name. Fortitudo.
Fortitudo.
It's like the god of fortitude.
It is literally, yes. It is the cardinal virtue of fortitude.
Oh yeah, so yeah, extracurricular activities this year is going on for like 8 years.
Hmm.
I started playing it 5 years ago. So
Yeah,
like,
for me it was definitely like closer to the 8 or 7 years ago, yeah. Because it was a long time ago.
it's like 5 years going on 6 years this year. Like, the city is wrapped in flames. It doesn't look like the fire will dissipate. I just kind of like that she just goes about her business. It's like, oh well, guess sucks for them. She's not out like, oh no, not the people.
Yeah, she has her own stuff to do.
Eh.
I mean, she is immortal, so it's not like... She doesn't really care that... I mean, she's gonna protect people if she can, but she's not gonna like stop every single fucking tragedy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, holy shit, that game's been going on for like ever.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
my...
mean, hey, I can't complain. It took me like 7 years to finish the Zelda game.
I guess.
So...
I guess you're like a one-man person, though.
Well, to be fair, like 90% of that game I made in like the first year and a half. Like it wasn't actually that long. I just had it in the back burner for a very long time.
Burning crap. I think this is gonna be like a boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think of like, I mean, like, Dine knows what he's doing. It's just like, I feel like my views from when I first made that video, when I played it like almost 6 years ago, have like changed to where I am now.
I would have to look into it because I heard they changed like the main artist for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Like, that was like actually almost 5 years ago. Because
Yeah, when I
made
played it was Curse Marked. Was it?
Yeah. So I played it when it was curse marked as well. But literally when I made that video is like when they switched the artist.
Oh.
Because I even commented on it. That they're changing the artist. Like, yeah, the art looks fine.
I'm kind of sad because I'm a huge fan of Curse Marked art style.
It's just it's like, as other people have pointed out, and like, and I had to agree with, it's like, it's almost like the characters were sort of kind of made with like Curse Mark's style in terms of their description, and as good as like Captain Jerbear's like rendition of those characters look, like it's like missing a je ne sais quoi to it. I don't need that. Magical flute.
Oh, do they not have the hearts? I believe the heart's at the top.
The heart.
Yeah, the bluish heart.
Oh.
So it gives you like a little more health for the next chapter, which considering it's a boss fight, it might be helpful, but considering how easy mode has been, I don't know.
No, that was like very easy.
Yeah.
The cardinal virtue of fortitude. I'll probably just like end up beating this boss fight and then call it like a night.
Yeah, I was gonna say the boss fight is probably the best place to end it on. There's like 4 major boss fights.
You again? And here I thought I'd seen the last of you. I'm sure you'll be more than hospitable to me this time around. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention one of the reasons I hunt your kind. You're much too ugly not to put out of your misery. Flock off, featherface.
I'm back.
Same. So I was mentioning earlier about her design. If you look at her right now, they decided to keep that for the bosses only, where she lets go, she leaves her hair tied or whatever. So now her hair is just like dropping from her back instead of the arms. And she's like always summoning the Wicked Weaves now with every single part of the combo.
Yeah.
So this was almost her final design. They just decided to keep it for the bosses.
Also, it looks like I made it just in time for Baby Dragon.
Yeah.
Speaking of, okay, wow, okay. I feel like something, there was supposed to be something to that attack.
You had to climb to the bridge before he does that.
Oh, okay. Oh, and like which one? Oh, okay.
We're going to jump on.
I'm like, because I'm like, it's the entire ground is lava.
Okay.
Can't help but think of more Revengeance references with that, like flipping the thing over.
Well, this came before.
Thing did it first.
Yeah. Revengeance just feels like Bayonetta 2. Not like Bayonetta 2 the game, but like, you know, like they were doing Bayonetta again.
I was gonna ask the question, but I got distracted by like that entire sequence. Oh, right. So, speaking of like the Wicked Weaves, so when she summons Gamora, what does she say? Or the thing that it sounds like she's saying avocado, but I know she's not saying that. What does she actually say?
She says Avavago, which I believe means thunder in Enochian. Let me check it, because I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I was close in my head. I know the meme is she says avocado, but I was said avocado.
Okay, I punched that back at him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it does mean thunders.
Interesting.
Just lets me use this clock over and over.
It's one of the strategies. You can't actually beat him without using the clock at all. But yeah, you have to know how the fight works and such.
Oh, way over there.
There you go.
God damn, that is so cool. She just like grabs his head and just like lets him down.
Suplex the dragon.
God damn, that's like pushing though.
Yeah. No, they were over that. In the first game, at least.
I just realized every time she rips off my head, it's literally just dragging me to health.
Yeah, every boss you kill, it gets struck into hell.
I guess because it's a higher ranking angel than like the fodder one.
Yeah. No, like these are cute. Like,
oh, my lollipop! Oh no, she's got to get her lollipop.
Hey, what were you saying, Venny?
No, I was saying these are huge in terms of like the hierarchy. Like the bosses for this game, they are basically the second. They are only second to literally God. So.
Okay. So the regular angels just like explode into halos, but these guys especially get dragged into hell.
Yeah. Oh, the heart actually hurt.
Ooh, that's a one I don't remember seeing.
It's Malphas. It's the crow demon.
Yeah, I only know Gamora and the Mountain Firefly, so I don't know the other two. I do enjoy the fact that she has other ones, so it's not like she just made a path with the two.
I like Malphas a lot. Like, if you look at his design, he's fairly intricate as well. Especially like the beak is interesting because it looks like it's rigid.
Is it weird that I'm getting like Sonic the Hedgehog vibes from like that scene after the crow disappeared?
A little.
I don't know, just the way she like smirked at him.
Well, she winked as well.
Explain yourself.
I mean, well, you know, it wouldn't be the first time Sonic has like whipped a giant monster over his head.
They sold her glasses, and I kind of wanted them, but they were super expensive. And the guns as well. The gun replicas I want to get, but they're like 800 each.
Eee.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's the what should I call it? So, crap, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay. It happens to me all the time.
Okay, I'll get 800 each.
Mm-hmm.
And they're that expensive, they better actually work.
You better be able to fire them.
I better be able to fire these things with my legs for that much money. Imagine if they only worked in like these sort of arcade mini games, and you have to like find a place to use it.
I was in an arcade today actually, and they had like Tomb Raider light gun thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, you mean like those games where you like point the gun at the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. This was. I remember a game like that. It was at like a. I was visiting my brother in another state, and they had a Dave and Buster's there, and they had that. They also had like, I think it was like a. Well, it's Dave and Buster's, so they have like a lot of stuff. They also had like a VR set. And another game they had. I think this was also Tomb Raider, but it was one of those like.
Working me to the bone.
You know those things where they let you simulate walking in like VR without actually moving anywhere. Those weird things, they had those too. So I think it was like a VR Tomb Raider thing, complete with those things to like simulate walking. I didn't get to try it because it was expensive, but they had it.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna comment the fact that you mentioned this reminds you of something like a Sonic the Hedgehog. It was like, well, this game was published by Sega, and then it was published by Nintendo.
Well, like, Bayonetta as an IP is owned by Sega. This is not even like nowadays. It's even if it's the Nintendo mostly like helping fund the games, you don't own it. Sega is the one who owned the IP. Yeah.
Really?
Like Bayonetta is technically a third party in Smash Brothers.
Oh, I thought like Platinum owned it, but like they
Well, Platinum are the developer, but Sega is the owner of the IP. So
really, that's interesting.
Yeah. Imagine if Sega still made consoles, you'd be playing Bayonetta on like the Sega Ultra Mega System.
The Neptune, I don't know, the Uranus. Are we be up to Pluto now?
Wait, what?
So, the Sega Neptune.
Oh,
yeah.
Saturn.
Yeah, we had the Saturn and then the Neptune. The Neptune was like the was supposed to be like a hybrid console with like say the Genesis and the Saturn, I think.
By the time they got to Pluto would have not been a planet anymore.
We'd have to start expanding outwards. The Sega Milky Way.
And the Dreamcast, I don't know, the Awakecast.
The Dreamcast birthed by sleep.
Yeah, the Slumbercast. There you go.
Please let's not start with like Kingdom Hearts titles, because then we're gonna be here for a while. God, those title themes are so dumb. Like,
they were trying to be clever with them, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's just I don't know what you would call, what's a good name for like a theoretical like console, a Sega console that isn't that's the next gen past the Dreamcast. I can't think of one. I've never had a Dreamcast.
I had this the Dreamcast because my brother got it, but I think he got it like refurbished and it wasn't working super well, because I remember it having a lot of issues like loading CDs and stuff.
There was this phase where I wanted to pick up like all the retro consoles to like play all the retro games, and so there was a point where I like really wanted a Game Boy Advanced or something, so I could play Sonic Battle on
Oh, I love Sonic Battle. Actually, I think that game's really underappreciated.
I know. I mean, I still haven't played it, but like, still, I agree with you.
All right.
Like, imagine a modern day Sonic battle with like the new characters that and like their moves.
I actually tried to make that myself, but I'll leave that story for another time because I think Chapo is closing here.
Yeah, so I'm going to
No.
call that stream today. I mean, we could hang out after, but
All
I'm
right,
just going
well,
to go
yeah.
ahead and
hold
end the
that
stream.
thought for next stream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Venny.
Mm-hmm. Anytime.
Yeah. Thank you for like all your tales, and thank you, Cody, for hanging out with us too.
You're welcome.
I hope you all
I'm
had.
the co-host.
All right. I hope everyone had a fun watching us and play Bayonetta and ramble. So far, I think it's a fun game, and I see why it got like a cult following. It definitely looks so much better on on PC than it does on PS3, though.
Oh God, yeah.
I hope everyone has a good night. Bye.